Resolution 25-1, Prairie County's elected officials' salaries and classified wages. Where's the resolution?
I don't think she's brought it in yet.
Well, maybe I got it here.
You don't, because I made a couple of corrections to it as she brought it to me, so I apologize already.
Yeah.
He's fixing it.
Well, how are things on your end of the street?
You know, Dennis, it's really good for me. My grandbabies are in town, and
Oh,
my son and daughter-in-law flew in from Spain to surprise Amy for her birthday, and
Oh, man.
she had no idea they were.
And Charlotte just told me she didn't empty the
those little grandmas, why not?
seats so that didn't have enough room for some of the stuff.
So the funny part is, so from Spain, they fly into Norfolk. Norfolk, they were supposed to catch a plane into Atlanta and then to Denver. Well, because of that big IT snafu 3-4 weeks
Oh,
ago,
yeah,
planes are still screwed up.
wow.
So they managed to find a rental car to drive to Baltimore to switch from Baltimore to Denver direct, but there's no rental cars in Denver available. So we ended up packing up and driving down to Denver to pick them up. So I finally had to tell Amy that, hey, look, your son flew in special just to see you. So we get to the airport, we're hanging out at Denver airport waiting for Colton to get off the train. And he comes around the corner and Amy's eyes just lit up. Hey, there's Colton. And up she jumped, and then I seen the baby carriage start to come around the corner and then back up real quick. Oh gosh, I hope she didn't see the grandkids yet. And sure as heck, she didn't. And then Colt says, oh, Mom, I'm sorry, I forgot something on the train. I gotta go back to the train and get it real quick. So he takes off and he comes back with the whole family. So she was just
So
over,
she was just expecting cold.
yeah,
Well, how long had it been?
a year.
Oh.
Yeah, a year. So she hadn't even met the new we haven't met our newest grandbaby until Amy's birthday on the 24th. So it's been a really good, heart-filled couple weeks at my house.
You witnessed something that a lot of people don't. It's when grandmas see grandbabies, they light up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah. So it's been a really good week at my house. It really has. Yeah.
It gets better the older they get.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The oldest, he's 5 now, and God, we've just been having a ball together. He's been out driving the tractor with me, been out shooting. He's a good kid. We've been having a ball.
I got a 32-year-old that I enjoy just about that much.
I believe it.
You know the circle of life? You know what that is? The circle, and this is a true story. We were in Billings a couple of years ago, and my son and I are talking, and he's in the pool and I'm on the edge of the pool, and we just, our first great grandson was born. So I said, Joe, did you see the circle of life? And he said, what are you talking about? I said, see that great grandson of mine over there? There's 8 women hovered around this little floaty in the pool. 8 women. And the grandson is just outside the circle. And my son is at the edge of the pool, and I'm not even in the water. You know, when you get married, you're your wife's everything. And then as kids come, you just keep moving further away. You think once the kids are gone, you're gonna be back? No, that doesn't, you just keep going to where you don't get in the pool anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I beg to differ, but that's okay.
Well, because you're a grandma,
Yeah.
and you don't see it, but grandpa see those things. Thanks. And don't get me wrong, I'm okay with all of it.
Oh,
Well, I gotta tell you something that happened, and this happened this morning as I was getting ready to come to town today. Rita made me a coffee and we were just talking. And my 2 grandsons are at breakfast. And as I was getting ready to leave, I said, come here, baby, and give me a kiss. So I just kissed her. And my 3-year-old grandson looked at that and he says, why did he call my grandma baby? He didn't understand any of
The
that.
kiss went that way.
Why did he call my grandma baby?
oh, that's great. Yeah.
You're probably doing what we're doing, I'm pooped, chasing three little boys around, it was pooped.
Yeah,
And you just told us you've been out shooting and.
yeah, we've been doing all kinds of good stuff down to the river, picking rocks, of course, you know,
Yeah,
all that good
get the
stuff we
rod.
do. Yeah, I'm wore out. But it's a good wore out.
Yeah, it is,
I'd do it every day of the week if I could.
yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing for Todd is that on the way down to Denver, Amy made the comment, you know, maybe we should ask Todd if we could have took the Mercedes. We would have got here a lot faster.
No,
I
we
said,
got picked up 3 or 4 times on the way down.
No,
I
any
said,
place to put her glasses.
where are we gonna put two babies, two adults and all their luggage in a Mercedes?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Strap on.
The train goes that way, right?
There's not much luggage space.
No, there sure isn't.
There's your,
Resolution.
and it's all online.
Um,
Classifier with elected,
It's all,
did it all together.
oh, okay.
They make pretty good copies down the street.
You think?
They're, I don't know, they're very fast.
It's, the coffee's okay, the owners. Whew.
I, she was in down there and I told her she hires the cutest little girls to work here in Glendale, you know, was there. She was looking around, looking at that cute little girl.
Tell her she's not that obtuse.
Oh, goodness.
You asked for descriptive, there it is. This is on your agenda to sign. This is your resolution,
Yeah.
there, done.
Sherry, I like this laptop much more than the old one.
Wait,
I like this laptop much more than the old one.
He was turning hands free
Well, that
this
is true.
morning,
What
and
What
downloaded
did
it.
you do about the 5%?
That,
What'd you do about the 5%?
what about it?
Oh, did you got it calculated in here?
yes.
Yeah.
It says at the beginning of the resolution for us,
Oh, okay. The base.
I was able to start using it in 1 minute.
ooh,
That one was at least a half an hour.
Just a boot up.
yes,
Yeah.
because it's my old laptop.
Oh,
I'd come in at 8 o'clock and by 8:30 I could start looking at documents, so I could get it.
Come on in.
It's done and stuff. Mm-hmm.
You can,
When we vote on this and sign off on it, you put stuff.
Yeah, I can give you that.
there's more over here.
I'll grab another chair.
Yeah, I just wanted you guys, it is on there to vote and, but in case I needed to correct anything.
Our evening. Not too bad. Yes. Hey, Bernie.
How you doing?
Good.
You don't have to sit back there.
Oh, I like this.
Okay,
Nice.
okay.
We can't throw things into this thing.
Oh, no, they have a good aim.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially that one. Especially that one over there. Can I?
Quick and long arms too, you wouldn't think so, but
Used to be red.
Wet.
They haven't changed it. It's still
I like the long
there.
arm too, and you know, that's true, the long arm of the law. That's a real thing.
That's hers.
There's
Yeah,
no
she's-
law to it. It's
She
just long.
punches too.
Just certain people.
You think?
He does.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I would be quite surprised at that if I did.
If you did.
That's the third page.
She just proved it.
I think there's some misunderstandings going around, that's
You know
why.
what Randy bought when we were on vacation? A salt gun to shoot flies. They
What?
work.
It's
Oh my gosh.
I've had one for years.
Oh, yeah, they do work.
I didn't know, and he had to buy it, and then I found out what the price of it was, and he says, you can't put a price on fun. So he has it down at the shop. If he can't get it with the electric one, then he goes after
Did he
it.
get the long shotgun?
Yeah.
looking one?
Yeah.
Tell him now he needs to go get the revolver one, because that's even more fun.
Does this hit the walls?
No.
No, you put salt in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but salt hurts when it comes out.
Oh, it's not like coming out of a shotgun like back in the old days.
Stuff salt.
And it's not big pieces of salt.
That's what I'm saying. That
It's not
hurts.
that bad.
How would you know?
Well, you're
You got
supposed to
my
take the
ass
salt out of the
kicked
jar
several times.
before you throw it.
I know what rock salt feels like.
No, it's just table salt that's in it. Not the big one. I could see those hurting.
Water
but this is
conditioner
table
salt.
salt.
Yeah, but she used to get hit with it while it was still in the jar.
Felt my tail, stay in one place. Where are you spending all your extra money?
No, I'll figure it out.
Did you hear what I found out? The commissioners were not getting paid what they should get paid for probably a long time.
Are you kidding?
So when I was doing the math, I came in and told them, don't know what you guys want to do, but you're not getting paid, but you should get paid. And they should have been at like, what did I tell you, 73%? 70?
41.
41.
41%, and they were and they were only at 30.
39
Up 2%.
for I don't know how many years.
Yeah, we don't know how
We
long.
don't wanna look.
Well, I'm better off than you guys are. I've only been missing it for 6 years.
Yeah, we owe you a brand new.
6 years, how do you figure 6 years? How do you figure 6 years?
Okay, 4 years.
Okay, there you go.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was gonna not mention that just yet.
You gonna save that ammunition for later?
Yeah,
We don't have to worry about the mistakes with you.
But the weirdest part is when I came in and asked him about it, he calculated it and he got the 39% the first time. And then I'm like, no, you need to do it this way. And then it came out to the other. So I think it just depends on how you put it in.
Depends on who's
well,
poking the
100% does.
buttons.
It depends on which order you put it in.
Yes. So,
So if they have a scale, if it's just there, it's okay, but if you do this, you gotta have.
Can I see that?
Yes.
So what do we gotta do for this loan?
All I have to do is get them a bill sheet. That's all they've requested for me. Other than that, it's,
the rest of it is us and
Yeah.
Dan's working on Dan will have the resolution for you. You gotta do the resolution. You gotta do all the same thing you did for the,
and that truck is actually scheduled in production already.
Cool, you get it before Christmas.
Way faster than they ever expected.
Do you wanna see this?
Scheduled on the 20th.
You guys have to make a motion on that, is that right?
Yeah,
Has to be a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 25-1.
Which is Prairie County elected officials, salary and schedule and classified employees for fiscal years 24-25.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? Any questions, concerns? All seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Same sign of opposed. Motion passed.
My only concern is we're gonna be able to keep it up with the funds we get.
We don't.
You have to sign this. And I'm not bringing a copy. Sure, how that would get there, yeah.
Me also, if you go.
Remember, they're out on the website too.
Yeah, I'm putting it in my book.
Yeah, I don't know how you find anything.
But
Asking,
everything.
asking.
She's a genius. We gotta keep her around. She knows where all the stuff's at. The way she punches and talks to me, I'm so sensitive, you wouldn't think we'd want to do that.
Would you put that genius part in writing? I think she wants to frame it.
I damn sure
She-
don't want the museum.
She is pretty handy. But you know, she's been around a long, long time too, so she should. be
Dennis.
handy.
We were just discussing the oldest people in the county.
You know, we were talking about the oldest people.
I'm not in that realm yet. There's quite a few ahead of me.
Where are you at on that, Phil, you think? Cause I remember when I was a kid, you used to babysit me.
Would you sign the paper and hand it to Sherry?
If you
He
you
can't,
keep this up, Dennis, you're gonna be off the list.
you aren't gonna get a chance to
You're
be.
not
on
gonna be on the oldest.
Yeah, well, on that one.
If you want a copy.
Yeah. Good.
I'm just worried about you being bruised from your right ear all the way down to your right knee here shortly.
Yeah. As long as I can limp out of here, I'm all right.
It's usually
Thank
just
you.
the shoulder. Keeper, it's usually just the
Oh,
shoulder.
I know.
It bounces better. It's too hard headed to hit him on the ear.
You might be onto something there, little sister.
I was in Richmond, Virginia years ago in Jamestown. And we were standing there and I was at the NACO conference and this guy from North Dakota, McKenzie County was there and he had his family and I said, you know, we started talking the small talk, you know, did you get a little rain, how are your crops? He said, yeah, he says, a lot of Norwegian wheat. I didn't know the guy very well, so about 30 minutes I let this thing slide and it's just going in my mind, what in the hell is a Norwegian wheat? So when I got to know him a little better, I thought, you know, this guy's a pretty good guy. So I says, what is Norwegian wheat? He says, big heads, nothing in them.
No rain when the heads were filling. Oh,
Goodness.
He says, my father-in-law's Norwegian.
Couldn't wait to get home, could you?
That was pretty good.
my
But
kid,
he was, you know, he knew that the puzzled look on my face. This guy knew
you were coming
that I
back.
didn't know.
Yeah, you were coming
Well, He's
back.
coming back sooner or later. you know,
Waited,
he's-
waited.
he's waiting. It's pretty good.
They had a count the kernels of wheat contest at a fair here 20, 30 years ago. And that's what they had, with big fat head, and there was not a kernel in it. Was completely empty. They threshed it out and you could see where it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I think the hoppers have backed off a little bit.
Little bit,
Yeah.
They've just moved into the garden, that's all.
so pretty.
People on your side of town, they're starting over.
Mine went east. Went to the neighbor's yard. I had them to where they were about to pack you off one day and the next day
Good.
there was none.
So are you guys acquainted with, black hen bean?
Thank you.
Heard about it. I don't,
There's a gorgeous sample of it on CB route, just as you turn on to it. I'm gonna pull it up, but you don't want to get it started here. The seeds are about the size of poppy seeds and there's thousands of them on a plant.
like Russian business.
But, and it likes waterways.
Like Perry and what's it called?
Called black hen bean.
Come in on some hay, I suppose.
Or a truck or something.
It's getting to be pretty tough, all the weeds coming in on different vehicles. They were talking about that on the weed tour. One of these days, we're gonna have, if you get off the road, you're gonna have to wash your vehicle and you're gonna have to wash it before you get back on.
When they rebuilt the BLM, decided to go and rebuild the roads into Clark Reservoir. Back in the nineties, late nineties, and they went in there with Prince trucks that hadn't washed out their trailers. They put spotted knapweed all along that road. Lonnie pulled 2 pickup loads of spotted knapweed by hand in order to get, it hasn't come back.
He rolled it by hand, huh?
You don't
That's
want to pull it without
dedication.
gloves on. It's got a chemical that if you've got an open sore on your hand, it will go in and, there was a deal with the weed board over at Ronan, but it will, put some kind of cyst on the tendons in your fingers.
Most nasty stuff.
It is, it's
Mm.
really bad.
Well, your 130 item is, potential county mill levies.
Peg, you're it.
We're kind of not, but we're here anyway.
So I put it on the agenda. She came in after I posted the agenda, so they're actually on it, but I told her she could come now. The museum is actually on the next agenda. The reason I put it on the agenda, if you guys are doing any mills,
Gotta get them done.
you've gotta get them done and by resolution by there's no 7, the 12th.
Oh, I thought
They
it
have
was
to
the
be
7th.
to me by, well, the
Well,
7th is the next day you're meeting.
Yeah,
So you would have to do it on the meeting. Cause I have to have it in my office by the 12th to make it in the ballot. That's 85 days before the election.
And Glenn and I are on the agenda next week.
Didn't we,
We're
did
nicely.
you agree to put it on the mill levy?
you were, we said we would put it on if that's what you guys wanted.
And we decided at that meeting that that's what we want.
Yeah,
You're talking 2 mills.
one.
Who's talking 1 mill?
One mill to do utilities.
What's that?
One mill to do utilities.
1 will, yeah, because you said it's like $5,300.
Yeah.
Yeah, $5,300.
We thought we needed about 45 to 5,000.
Why don't you ask for 2 and put
Up to 2.
up to 2?
Can you put it out like that on
That would give it discretionary.
the 2?
It almost that you can do the up to, due to the fact that, uh, you have to do that projection now, so you have to actually word how much it's gonna increase, like $100,000 house or whatever. I don't know how you would show that projection when you say up to 2, unless you do it at 2.
You guys had also
Yeah, you
discussed,
do it.
I'm with Todd. I think you would say up to 2 mils, and then when you do your projection, you would say
Maximum.
$100,000 goal would be a maximum increase of up to this.
This.
That's,
It
That would
would
be
be
my-
how you word it.
You know, as we walked through this process, the museum was the first one to come in and talk to us. And now we're looking at a private enterprise or ambulance that really shouldn't be
Come on in, Todd.
on the county goals for the, goes for
Come in, have a chair.
profit, but it's, it's a different entity than Prairie County. So do we millage that thing to keep an ambulance and take them off taxpayer dollars? That was one issue, you know. For that guy right there, that we're down to 4 people in the road department. And now do we run a mill? Because we're always short for equipment, it's so expensive. And to pay salaries competitive with other counties. How do we do that? Do we do that through millage? So we're looking at a lot of dynamics going on here.
I say just put them all on the ballot and let the people vote.
It's the taxpayer's decision. Let them have the choice.
So it would be line item for each mill levy
Yeah,
that they would.
Yeah.
You'd have,
Oh,
this would have 3 different mills, wouldn't we, or 3 different?
Well, two,
Fine.
you're talking ambulance too? Haven't figured out what they need.
we haven't talked about that. I think that's part of what,
That's why I put it on the
Andrea's
agenda.
coming
You
in.
guys have talked about quite a few levies and I wanted you to know that you had to have that resolution.
I've got
for the
that
12th.
written down from last week.
Yeah, so that's why I put it on there so you could discuss it at this time.
I would-
Ambulance is bringing in about 5 mils is what it's costing now.
Right now, it's at like 5 point, it's a little bit over 5.
I thought that ambulance was just because of, it's a fee. Didn't we need to move that off? Put a millage
That
on?
was up for discussion.
Discuss it. What do you think?
Put the mill levy on, let the people decide.
It's just coming up with money. How do you?
You just can't pull it out of it. How does the how is, when they bill someone, is it a sliding scale? Or is it just?
I think it's a set
flat rate?
fee.
Well, like,
It's that rate, but Medicare, Medicaid pays a specific amount no matter where you're billing.
yeah, you just
And you agree to take Medicare, Medicaid payments, you don't go charge the balance.
Yeah, you,
It'd be like the hospitals or the clinic that accept that for payment.
Well, at the next meeting for the museum, I'm just gonna tell Heights, well, we're asking for the mill levy, but the commissioner's got a big raise, so I just don't know how we're gonna.
yeah, you do that.
Make sure you put it on our wing. We gotta,
I used to tell Joe Johnson that we had a slush fund. And we were gonna spend that slush fund very wisely.
Was there anything the museum board needed to do besides what we did last time we was here?
Yeah.
What we agreed to? Would
Do you-
you like you to propose a mill levy?
Yeah. Do you need,
Well,
Anything else?
do they do their own mill levy?
they do it.
No,
Do it
no, we do
You
it.
guys have to
Yeah.
do it by resolution.
So we can do by resolution, who's gonna write it out?
Dan,
Yeah.
right?
Dan, right?
do you want a copy of what our utility bills are?
No,
No, we know.
no, we
We
don't.
should know through the claim.
We look at that when we pay the claims.
No, you don't.
And that won't be until November.
We paid.
Um,
Yeah.
They pay
What's that?
direct.
You said that we wouldn't be able to draw on that until November of 25.
Yeah.
So that'll be passed.
Right.
The levy.
If the levy passed, right?
That's what,
No, November of 20.
that's what we presented to the board and then.
Yeah.
Before we even came here, they all agreed.
Yeah.
That that's what we would like to do if it's possible.
Can't do no more and say no. ain't
That's
gonna-
right. That's because we said it was all up to the people. Either passes or doesn't.
He needs road graders to grade everybody's road. He needs pickups to go, in case somebody gets hung up on a barbed wire fence, you gotta go pull them off that fence. It's just.
Yeah.
It's money management.
Need the ambulance to pack Dennis to the hospital.
After he gets beat up by.
They call that after I get throttled.
That's just getting tough out there though.
It is. It's,
all the way around
yeah.
and not
This
getting any
inflation's
easier.
kicking our butts.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody, every department, every family,
And
every
from
family.
every angle too.
Yeah, it's not just,
I just looked at my business insurance increase from 3,200 3 years ago to almost 10 grand this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
how do you sustain that?
We have neighbors in Fallon that are paying $1,200 a month for insurance between Medicare and their supplemental and their house and their vehicles.
Ugh.
That's like, God, oh, Friday. I don't know how you can do that.
it's a paycheck. and then you're in
Yeah.
the position where you gotta pass it on to the consumer, which is inflation for
Yeah.
your,
Yes.
It is,
Constituents.
and that's what we've been trying to avoid and
well, you can't avoid it.
you can't forever. You gotta start doing something about it.
Yeah, it's the same position we're in here. We gotta do something about it.
Yeah, it's,
And you can't put off maintenance on vehicles because then you're really in
Then
decline.
you-
Well, I asked Todd this morning, what's the age of our trucks?
They're younger than you, but not by much.
Years.
Yeah,
Yeah, they range anywhere from 50 years to 25 years. Nothing above 25, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
range
I
you
like that.
slightly taller than that. You
I like
shut
how
up.
you put that.
What? She's
Have a drink.
60.
Have a drink.
Well, it's just, that inflation's killing all of us.
It is. And companies are starting to back off a little bit. They're realizing that, people are,
Well,
Well, you did notice
Enough
that
people
MDU is gonna do, what is it, a 16% increase?
that's on their natural
Right.
gas.
that's
That's
what they're
a big problem for
requesting
us.
with the
Yeah.
public commission.
Public Service Commission. Let's.
They let them do
I'm not
that?
going down that road.
Yeah, it's in the paper.
Who are you?
Yeah.
They're required to give them certain profit
MDU
margin.
is increasing 16%.
Yeah, but in all fairness to them, they are mandated to buy wind energy and solar that is heavily subsidized, but they gotta buy it at market value, so you're already skewing the system.
But what a lot of their increases go for is stock buyback and overhead salary increases. That's the part
Executive.
I don't like.
Executive,
They aren't reinvesting all of that percentage into the infrastructure or the purchasing of the energy.
goes in their pocket.
That's the whole big.
Be nice if we could do that.
Yeah.
I demand you pay me $5 a pound for my cow.
Well, it happens in Washington DC, it just don't happen right here.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do about the wording? I don't know.
We'll let Dan figure it out.
I think is what you guys
Well,
need
the
to do.
question is, do you wanna go up to 2 mills or do you wanna go just 1 mill?
If you go up to 2 mills, you could take the 1 mill, the 1 year if you chose to, and
Yeah.
then you can go to 2 mills
Yes,
the following year. If you do
Can
up
you
to,
bank
if
it?
you just,
yeah.
if you do 1 year, it's not really a bank. If you're gonna say up to, my opinion is that they can choose to only do 1, but then they can go
But
up to
can
2
you
if they.
bank it?
I don't know what you mean by banking.
I mean, if you have the ability to get 2 mills and you only mill one, can you bank the other mill for the future?
Put it in
And
the
use it in the
future.
future.
I don't know. I'd have
That's a
to find
Dan
out.
question.
Yeah.
Because then you're saying that if they used it in the net, then they could go 3 mil? I don't think
Yes.
so. I don't think so.
Well, I like the idea of being able to save the up to 2 mills and then use the 1, and then we could go up if we need to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you don't have to put it back on the
Right.
ballot if you
Yeah.
needed to
Because it's a
increase.
done deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because if the 16% MDU raise, natural gas is a big factor over it.
But I will ask if it can be banked, but my guess would be no, because if you banked it and you did it for this many years, then you can really hit the taxpayers. If that was, I would say no, but that doesn't mean that's correct. That's just me guessing. Cause like if you did it for 5 years, that means you could come back and hit them with
$25,000.
6 million,
Yeah.
right? So that would be, you would be banking a mill every year.
Yeah.
So I would,
Oh, that means you
I
put
would
it
tell
in
you
the
not,
back pocket
that's
and
not
don't
really
use it until you
transparent.
need it and then add it
Yeah.
on.
Hmm?
Then you would add it on to whatever you're using.
yeah, that's what
Is
he
that
was
what you-
saying.
We run it through the spreadsheet that we use for general and for road where we go in for a cap. And if there's anything that has been budgeted, it can be banked. And it can be used next year on top of your cap.
Hmm,
We've never done it.
I don't know if you could, cause the dog,
think,
And-
people view that as.
Big Horn County's got 100 mills banked.
Wow. Oh, we don't,
A lot of counties got money banked.
but isn't banking, doesn't that mean like when we're doing this? That's the, like,
Right, it's money.
but theirs would not be like that because there, it would be a mill for the museum, wouldn't be like in our
It
spreadsheet.
wouldn't come into our general fund.
It would come into our,
Oh, it's permissive over and above, okay.
yes. It
Gotcha,
wouldn't
you're
come
right.
in on ours, so I don't think you could bank it.
It's permissive.
Ours would be banked due to the fact that on the spreadsheet, okay, I'm not gonna use these this year, but then I can use them here, yes, but I don't think with this. No, because this is a separate, this is
Gotcha.
a separate, levy.
and ours would be specific to utility costs or,
You can put that on the ballot.
oh, okay.
That would be
You
your
can-
Information meeting.
That's what we have you flipping burgers for, right?
Yes,
You could put that in ads or however you want to
Okay,
lobby for your cause. But I
Utilities
don't
and
think you can put it on the ballot. I don't.
I can
think
check on it. I can check on it.
The state anyway, if there's a resolution or a referendum that goes statewide,
mhm.
you can't tell them how to spend the money.
I think you can put on their operating, because I know that the hospital does, so you could technically just put on that for operating
And that
funding.
kind of what we mentioned.
And
Yeah.
that would,
First meeting, it was kind of.
that way they could use it,
Yeah.
anything to
Yeah.
operate the building, don't go specific to your
Right.
utilities in case you did have to use it for something else.
Right.
Right.
It's just for operating purposes for the music.
where are we standing with the well?
So Fritz,
Yeah,
pardon me, said he talked to Larry Bond and Larry said, don't you touch that effing well.
Larry said
It
he
is
took care of it.
plugged.
So.
So, we are, I guess Jerusha is talking to a hydrologist to assess where that water is coming into the basement at. And then the engineer that was working for the county, that works for somebody over at Missoula, is supposed to be working on the project because he's familiar with it. Does any of that make sense?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who's
You
the
don't know
guy?
any more now than you did when you walked.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this guy isn't working for him anymore. Yeah.
And he's gonna try to determine where it actually is coming from, if it's
Yeah.
groundwater or if it's from the well. Then we can decide
Well, that
as a group. what we-
sounds like a good place to start, is trying to
Yeah,
find where the water
yeah.
comes from.
Find
But he's
out.
doing it over Zoom and I'm like boots on the ground. I don't understand how you can do that over Zoom. So I'm not sure about that.
Well, the water table's been dropped.
Yeah.
Because all this sprinkler irrigation, now there's not that flood irrigation.
Yeah.
And that's what Perk's been saying on all these wells, they used to be 20 feet deep, now you gotta go 30.
Yeah.
Get the water, so I can't imagine it being groundwater down there now, it's gotta be leaky wells.
Yeah. And the basement at the gallery is just pristine. It is nice and dry. So. I don't know.
Does
That'd
it
be my guess.
happen all the time?
Yeah, it's a constant thing. We got some pumps down there.
Okay. The only reason why I was asking is because the drains or whatever, the state drains,
Yeah,
it affects our building in the basement because it plugs. So our basement gets flooded, especially when we have a lot of rain or we have whatever. Our basement does it at the building there. But
And that's
that's not
groundwater
like,
coming.
well, it's whenever it rains.
Whenever storm-
because
it's storm
The
drain.
storm drains don't drain correctly, especially at our corner. So it goes, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be different because of the new sidewalk, because I think they tried to.
Didn't they change some of
Gotta
the,
see
Yeah,
some of
on our side, they really changed some stuff over there. That's why,
Got a curb and gutter now.
yeah, so I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but
you don't know?
it would just be something that I would wonder on that side. I don't, if you see it piling when it's going, they say that there's something wrong.
No, ours is 24/7, so it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gotta be.
You got
something
two or
that-
three,
That's it.
you got 2 or 3 running.
I think there's three, I think.
I don't know, we should check that today.
Two or three
Go
pumps,
down
I'm
and
not
go
sure,
for it.
but they run, in fact, we just had one go out here several months ago, and we didn't realize, and then we looked, and then we had to replace it, and the water level was getting higher. So the two that we have, the 2 or 3 that we have is taken care of, but we definitely need to monitor that.
Yeah,
And it's putting clean water into the sewer system. which-
that's what's skewing the lagoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No problem. Yeah.
well, hopefully this guy can figure something out.
And then as far as the rest of the neighborhood over there, I don't think anybody else has problems in their basements. I know they're not in the basements, but somebody else should be having a problem if it's the groundwater.
Yeah, and Fritz said that he put in a sand point at the mortuary. He said the water was just right up to the cement floor.
Oh, well.
So,
That's a
Don't
lot.
think they've had any water in that basement for quite a few years.
yeah, I don't know, when I was a kid, I don't know why they drug us down there on field trips, but here we are in the mortuary basement and it was dry. It was gross, but it was dry.
Kathy used to go down and check it about once a week.
Yeah, Dad did maintenance down there quite a bit.
Mhm.
I don't remember. I mean, it was the damp feel,
Mhm.
cause it's a basement.
Yeah.
but,
It had that musty smell to
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember a lot of water being down there. You guys,
Yeah, there's a lot of water down there right now.
Oh, there is.
But portion of that is because the masons have a really bad water leak.
oh,
And
okay.
it's flooded the main floor where the beauty shop used to
Yeah.
be. And it's just poured into the basement.
Okay, so it's
But
not,
even when we started that project, there was a lot of water in that basement.
but it's still not the groundwater.
It's not groundwater. It's either, the roof was causing some problems because we were getting ice
Yeah.
dams and then the flood from the pipes and there's just a little bit of constant water down there, but I would not say it's groundwater.
Yeah, well, like I said, with all this irrigation pivot system, everybody's been saying that groundwater, the table's lowered
It's
quite a
definitely
bit.
lower.
And Kurt said it, Joe used to have to go 20 feet. He's gotta go 30 now to get to water, so.
I don't know what the solution would be if it was the well. How far do you gotta go down to plug it? It's 806 feet deep. That well is, according to the well log that we get.
It's good
Yeah,
artesian
you just
water.
have to go down and perforate your wet zone and you can find that through the well log. Those are easy to identify. You just take a pump truck and you just put a cement seal in is what you do.
Okay.
And you just start
And
putting.
you don't have to go 800 foot.
No, that would be almost impossible to
Yeah,
do.
you just have to.
But does it force the cement down as long as you keep pumping it?
Well, you put a plug in,
Oh, okay.
you plug it and then you cement it. And if there's not any holes around the side of the pipe,
Yeah.
then
So if Larry Bond did actually go in and do it, and I'm trusting that he didn't he go deep enough, or did it rust off down below?
that's what's got me worried.
Yeah,
If it-
The pipes rusted off below.
And how far down does that go where it rusts out? So you need
Well,
a.
you've got
backhoe to
800
dig
and
down there to
some,
See how far you can go.
you got 800 and some feet of pipe.
Yeah. So,
Then what you do is you go back into that well and you have to drill out that plug
and go further.
and go further down. You have to go below wherever it's cracked. And of course, with today's technology, you can go in and find that spot, but it's expensive.
Probably run a camera
The sewer
down.
buildings.
And so our pumps and
Everything else.
continue doing this forever,
Yeah, it's,
you know?
Because it's not gonna, we're not solving the problem what
No.
we're doing now.
No.
We're not gaining on it whatsoever. We're just maintaining.
And not
Not
even
even
that.
if you're
Trust me,
staying
I know,
even, you're
I
going
know
behind.
maintaining it
Yeah,
and
that's
not
right.
maintaining it.
That's right, yeah. So as
You're-
soon as the
you're
hydrologist comes up with something, we'll let you folks know.
You're
so we
treading
can
water.
Determine what we gotta do. If the hydrologist can find out.
Yeah.
What's going on.
Museum was wondering if they could go ahead and order their window for this year.
You can't do that.
Can't even discuss it?
Well, you can discuss it, but you cannot make a decision. That is not on your agenda.
Next week. Thank you.
Make sure you add the agenda now.
Yes.
So you get that added.
You will. Got it
The
written
window
down.
on the next agenda. Where did I find the agenda again? I lost all my shortcuts.
CR, and then it should be agendas right at the top.
Got it.
He's on there for the 7th, but I
You got it, Brett.
don't know if we put the window.
Can't find it.
It's on the cloud.
It's in the cloud.
They might be calling you next
It
week.
downloaded,
understood. I was just making-
it
I was making a
downloaded
little
too fast, Todd.
Comment, but-
We might be calling you next week, keep you in.
So I guess we'll see you folks next
So if
week.
there's nothing else you need from us to,
Just money. If you leave us a check,
we'll pay my taxes.
with that,
I do pay my taxes.
well, I mean,
Oh,
not the tax dollars.
oh.
The other money. Just
If I win
find,
the lottery, I'll help you out, Dennis, but I don't
Yep.
think that's gonna happen. I've
There
been
you
trying, but it isn't gonna happen.
tried.
I'm on your I'm on that list.
Yeah, I got several other friends that are waiting for that to happen too. It hasn't happened yet.
I added it to the agenda.
Thank you.
Underneath your guys' time frame.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, folks.
Appreciate you
Thanks
guys.
for coming in.
All right.
See you later, neighbor.
Here's all I come in for is, yeah, I forgot to give this to you this morning. You wanted a kind of an update on what category still needed replaced. I put that together 2 days ago.
That's a never ending list.
No, it's actually good short enough.
We all have a copy.
Yeah, well, sure.
This 5-year plan that we had,
Well,
10 years ago?
5 year, yeah.
5-year plan 15 years ago.
Well, it would have been a lot, when
Money that should.
we were only doing 4 or 5 cattle guards a year before I took over, and then we started doing 10 to 15 a year.
What they paid you for.
So it sped up the process, but yeah, there's still quite a few to do.
Would you follow up with Dan Wright?
Yeah,
about
do they have a fire truck there?
I think so.
Getting
Okay, and that could be it could be a fire truck, which I don't have any.
Resolution.
I only have.
or,
Oh, put something in that cattle guard policy about that cattle,
So
What's
we
that?
can, and I think.
about
I
the
still
cattle
have
guard
that.
policy?
We can see what it was. for the-
Resolution on what?
I'm
Yeah,
talking about
For and stuff.
mills, loaded
Oh.
mills for your road department, for wages and equipment.
Okay, he's gotta put that in a resolution.
Well, it's not a resolution, it's gonna be
It's the
voted.
wording on the.
Oh, wording on the ballot.
Ballot.
Well, that, really, you can't put none of that on there, what it's for on the ballot, can you?
No, you can't put, you can say a regular operations.
It's
manager.
operational.
Operation.
You
Yeah.
can't say, you can't tell them you have to spend this for
Right.
heating and cooling. Can't say that.
Can't do that.
I think it's
So-
operating costs.
So really nothing to-
Because that's what it is, general, no matter what, even if it's paying
Really.
wages, it would be operating, because that's what
You operate.
I'm not, my schedule's just really
Yeah.
maxed out, and I'm not gonna have time here. Unless somebody wants to take that on.
Yeah.
Cause we're
Well, it sounds
on
like you're
time
running-
right now, we're gonna have it in by August.
I-
12th.
Sounds like
know I
you're
have-
running mill levies for other departments too.
As soon as we're done here, I'll write down.
So they're all gonna be basically
Shows
paying
what-
the same thing.
what each item is for.
I mean, if you
That'd
can't,
be perfect. Then we
Specify
can
what
figure
the
out
money's
which is
for.
supposed to be there.
if you can't
Yeah, it's
specify
gonna be
what
on
the
that
money's
first
for,
one.
they're all basically the same, all
Thanks, Keith.
3 or
You
4
bet.
or whatever you
Well,
run.
it's just the different departments and
Yeah.
it's operational in each one.
Yeah, so it's just, all you gotta do is change the,
So you guys need to probably decide and contact Dan for what you're putting on the mills. That's why I put that on there, because the
Is
7th,
he not here today?
no. I don't know
He should be back next week.
when, you're on, yeah, no, you don't. Next week is your meeting.
Yeah, we have to make decisions. That's what we're gonna be calling him. He's gonna be gone next week.
How many mills are we putting on the road?
I don't.
You might wanna wait for him.
28 mills. 28 mills.
28 mills?
Yeah. I
Really?
think that was right.
Yeah, I think you are.
You did the math.
Hey,
And we needed 5 or 6 mills for the ambulance.
Put them all on there.
Or it's just we do.
You know, what the deal is that there's two things going on here. We're surviving on non-tax revenue more and more all the time.
Absolutely.
We're electing very conservative people at the local level that don't want to spend money. But we don't do that at the federal level
Exactly, it's the problem.
because we want the money somebody else to pay for the service.
You can have.
Yeah,
And this is when that we're into this paper. Because on January 1, when Congress goes back to work, no matter who is in power, it's a come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah.
Because they are getting to the point where they can't cover the interest on the principal, right?
yeah.
And the non-tax revenue is going to dry up. We've been told this by NACO. NACO saying, Pat Chase come to us and sat down with me and Shokot 2 years ago. and
Who's that?
says,
Who?
Matt Chase, Executive Director of NACO. He says, things are gonna get tough just around the corner. When the new administration comes in after this COVID and all this ARPA and everything's gone, he says, it's gonna be something to get anything funded. So the non-tax is gonna dry up, so it's gonna fall back on the local taxpayer.
Yeah.
To provide the services that they are accustomed to.
But they ain't gonna wanna pay for them.
Well, that comes to the decision of your citizens, do they want
Yeah.
the service or not?
You want it or not.
Harry, they were deciding
That's
the
one.
amount of meals, you know, gonna get that in the minutes,
Right.
Yeah, no, it is.
Amount of
So
minutes
this
for
one
what?
is drying up too.
each one.
So have you decided on any yet?
28 who works for the road.
40 for the road.
Towns all.
What was it, 5 or 6 for the ambulance? 6
6 for the ambulance and 2 for the museum.
6 for the ambulance
They were supposed to be.
and 2 for the museum.
With the cost, right? Well, we just get bringing those at them. Well, you ready to take one? Yeah.
So we might need to reach out to Dan and let him know
Just how.
that those have to be done so that we can get it on the agenda for the seventh.
Yeah, that's reality. That is reality.
April. Yeah, sure, tomorrow. Down the store in the corner.
Yeah.
I bought some down there the other day and I thought it was priced very brass and brass. You should have that one. And I think I put it for $3. I bet when I go in there again, but when I go to the $30.
Maybe. I mean, we're starting to see price increases at the store.
Todd, are you gonna send Dan Rice that email about the levies, or do you want me to have him call you?
There has to be a thing called the merger.
And that's what we're seeing.
That some girls are working on it, sort of like each other.
Yeah, they really do like your pay.
I can call Dan to see if he's gonna be here today. You gotta have, it's gotta be on.
It's gotta be on the agenda for the seventh.
So it's gotta be pretty much done and ready to go.
Gotta be done.
This year, the margins is huge.
When's the deadline for the other deal?
For what?
14th or 17th?
Market, we down.
Yeah.
And because we had, it was out from the market, you just started pushing that, you don't have that.
Right.
Where's Dan at?
Babies in Oregon.
You kill people on the street. We just sold more of them.
Yeah, he said something about going to the coast.
He's working on his house and me and Fran are gonna go vacation.
You guys gonna go Airbnb at
Yeah.
Dan Rice's?
Yep, he told me Fran we could go do that and take a break. We're gonna go up there.
It's only like 17 hours or something drive. It's not bad.
Not bad.
We'll go fly.
Really huge.
I don't know, if Fran really really wants to go, I'll go. So, just say,
I told my kids, I said, take a good long, hard look at the coast because it's far as I'm concerned, I'm never seeing it again.
Frankie used to live out there, so he did it quite often.
We were only like 2 minutes from the coast, so we went to the beach plenty.
Okay, so I will go. I will make sure on the banking thing, but I believe you can't separate. It's not.
You're going 5 mils and I guess we can figure that later.
What's that?
Village, right?
They said 6 for the ambulance.
6, 2 and 28.
6, 2, and 28.
which is, comes out to $196,000.
You're gonna put that on our agenda, right?
Ain't nothing.
Everybody is.
You already have it on the agenda.
Really, when you think about
I
it. The utilities pay 40%.
didn't, I don't know if we did. Cause it's gotta be by resolution number, which it'll be,
Oh, so you'll add it in there?
yeah,
Okay,
it'll be a resolution, cause I'll
Okay.
have to sign the resolution.
it'll be there.
It'll be on there so we can talk to Dan.
She'll put it on there.
Okay.
Yes, I'll put it on there, but I will not be here next week, cause my convention is next week, so. Hopefully we have it.
And you're
He
gonna
got it in the,
I should be,
last
yeah.
night, got it.
I can be, I guess.
You guys give me your ballot anytime in the recent future?
Yeah, we're gonna, when we get done in that Cherry Creek area, get all everything sold up there, I got some culverts. I gotta extend 2 culverts in town, replace one.
You realize.
You guys can bring your grader over.
What's that?
The road that comes to my house is
Yeah.
really bad because of
That
the
first house.
Mathiason's.
South Railway and
Look
then
at you
right
go.
there, yeah.
Yeah, Mathiason, he runs his tractor there and it's much 40 all the
What
way
are you
through to the
mentioning?
county road.
Everything, just like normal.
It's
Red
just so
wine.
dry to be doing now. Just
Oh,
gonna make
gotcha.
it real
Is that how you
hot
see that? Is that what you were
Right
hearing?
now.
That's what I was
Gotcha.
hearing.
Well, I think maybe you
That's-
might be right.
Squeaky little,
She does this to me.
Yeah, she loves that little violin of hers.
I play it quite often.
It never seems to break a string.
It's the easy touch.
She just doesn't realize how sensitive I am.
Sensitive,
Or she would be.
I
sensitive.
was married to a sensitive guy.
But anyway, that's the cattle guard report.
This is what's done. No, this is what needs being done and that's complete.
That's complete, and then there's the minimum maintenance road broke out separate.
You got one more Cabin Creek cattle guard there than I thought there was. I gotta count them going home.
There's 11 on cattle. Creek.
That's why she's missing one. By the time she gets home, both shoes are off and she's lost one cattle guard.
This is the typical county commissioner. What, did she didn't check my road, did she?
No.
She checked her road.
You know why I check my road, don't you?
Don't tell me.
I'm driving on the damn thing. I don't drive on yours.
You didn't invite her to dinner when
But
I
it
didn't show
Yeah,
count.
it's just like when Harold Galt came in here a couple of years ago. He didn't care about their road, the only road in the county was the one to his house.
Yeah,
That's,
but
he said that.
8.3
Yeah,
miles.
that's basically what he said, the only road in the county is 1 mile.
Oh, goodness.
And that's the way a lot of people think, they don't, you know, we had Larry Morse working for us back in 2000, part-time. Lived out there all his life, he had no idea we had roads south of the river.
We lived,
You know?
he knew people who lived out there,
Yeah,
but he didn't know how he got there.
Prairie County, never been, whatever. So that's just the way a lot of people think. But we are getting to the end of it.
Yeah, this list's shorter than that list.
Well, I get to take 2 of them off of there. There's, which one was it? Yeah, this one here on Broadview, we got it done already, actually, so it can go down, Broadview gets to go down there. The one on Cherry Creek, we'll get that one done.
You mark 2 more off of
You
there.
know, that'll go down there, and then the Dead Man one will get done this next week. It'll get to go down there. Those are the ones that are on the list for this year. If we get something built this winter and get some more of them off the list next year. But
You know what's gonna
the end
really,
of it's coming, the end of it's there.
you Yeah, then you
Just in
don't have
time to
have
start
get
over
in.
again.
This is
We
where
start over.
You start over and that's where that goes.
Yeah,
You wait long enough, your rotation's
Yeah.
coming up.
yeah, hopefully I get retired before I start over.
You better hurry.
So, but anyways, I think you asked for that last couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah, we did. Thanks.
I put that together for you, so you.
Thanks, Todd.
But
What are we waiting for? Public
Big
comment?
She Mom's got 24 cattle guards on
Isn't that amazing? I'd actually like to go drive that and count that, because that is a lot of cattle guards on that road.
Now, is he counting each catalog, two pieces per cattle guard, or is it one?
it. He's counting two.
So there's only 12 crossings.
No, he's counting two pieces as one cattle.
24 is a lot.
Did I see that? That
Did you
there's
see
350 total cattle guards?
350 total.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on 720 miles of road.
but we have more written easement.
Yeah.
In this county than any other county in the state of Minnesota.
I think that's amazing.
Hey, your garden looks wonderful.
That was a pretty good trade-off, though. You sign this piece of paper, I'll put a cattle guard in for you.
Well, like Rich Franco says, you gotta give us something. Anything, we don't care, just something.
You gotta give
You
it.
can't, we just gotta give this stuff away for free.
Yeah, Julie, she is, ooh. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it gives the landowner or the property person a reason to do more with it. He's invested. That road's part his now. He's got a cattle guard on it.
Well, he's got a cattle guard on it, but he don't own it.
No, but he signed the easement, so he gets to claim a cattle guard. You don't think so?
No,
I think so.
you could think that all you want.
You know, before you guys had
Yeah,
a,
this is-
I would be more
that was-
inclined to do
That
more
was,
something.
that was the deal made too, is that the cattle guards are our cattle guards, and the cattle guard that come out when we replace is ours.
Yeah, I know, I lost two.
Yeah.
before this cattle guard policy was in effect, we lived out there. And I paid the county because we had 12-foot cattle guards, everyone. I think there's 4 on our road. And I paid to get the 24.
Yeah, but when those 12 footers were put in, that's all you needed.
You listen to his point.
Yeah,
I paid to get those 24 footers put in, and what I got out of it was the 4 old cattle guards. Todd gave me those old cattle guards in exchange. But that being said, I got semis running up and down that road. I didn't want this on those trucks. And you didn't either. And so I felt like as a farmer on that road going to market, it paid us to just put the cattle guards in. And that just take one of the things out of, because we're always breaking the bars out and doing stuff to them. It was just terrible.
heavy enough.
We put all those new ones in and it takes that off.
No, and I think as a landowner, I looked at it as a positive investment for me to have signed the easement to get the cattle guards.
Well, not only that, you can use your private property now for collateral.
But I don't think I signed everything, cause a lot of it has BLM on one side.
Well, we had BLM on both sides.
Oh, we wanted to give the BLM as much access as possible in our mentality. We wanted to give the BLM, since the multiple use concept is there. You have to remember, as grazers and permittees, we're on the short end of the stick.
No kidding.
You know,
A lot of people want us all.
one thing that was good that happened to our farm is when you started doing road policy and because when I bought our farm, I couldn't get a loan. Cause it didn't have legal
You
access.
were landlocked, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, it didn't have legal access. We had a county road, but it wasn't legal in the banking,
No written easement.
no easement. So we had to pay cash for the farmer. We could never bought it.
Yeah,
So after we put that policy into effect as a county, then you're able to.
when we had the big difficulty with Scenic View Road,
Mhm.
I got called by the Montana stock growers to come to the southeastern stock growers to put on a little presentation about easements, and they had the title insurance company come in and the banks come. They all come up and says, this is a good idea to get, market value goes up if you have access. You can use it for collateral. And the title insurance company says, if you come to a county road and it's blocked, run through it and send him a bill. That's what the title insurance company said. If there's an obstacle that shouldn't be there, that's encroachment on a county road, like a barbed wire gate or something, run through it. And then send him the bill.
Okay, so here is your code. The resolution does have to be specific. The ballot does not. The resolution itself, this is what it's telling you, the resolution, you have to state the
Specific
purpose.
purpose.
Either are the specific amount of money to raise and approximate number of mills to be imposed, the specific number, so this tells you what has to be on your resolution. And then, this part right here, so I don't believe you have to do up to, I believe you just put 2 mills. And this part right here allows you to just reduce it.
Cause it's a maximum.
Yeah. So like you pass it for 2 and then it looks to me like you would just say, then the next year you're gonna do the 2, this year you're gonna do the 1.
You can change it,
You guys can.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's more of a you reduce it. Don't
Charge 2 mills 1 year and the next year you see the 2 mills were more than you needed, so you only ask for 1.
Yeah, or the first year you do 1 and you find out it wasn't enough, so you go to the 2. One of the 2.
So you've got the option to do one or the other.
Yes.
And that's optional the first year.
Mhm. Yeah, but the way I read that. we
In
went and read
any
it.
fiscal year.
No, I know that, but like your first year after you pass this 2 mills, and say the county just says, we'll just take 1.
We're just gonna take 1, you guys would have put it in your minutes, I'm assuming.
Yep.
That you're just gonna do 1.
We might have to do that by resolution too.
I don't know, that might be a different question.
Yeah.
But there is what needs to, your description does need to be in the resolution. Cause it either has to come to you. Now, I just noticed the museum could have done a petition and that's how they would have got it.
Yeah,
But
I think that's
since
a
you
little
guys,
more work than they wanted to do.
since you guys are doing it, then it's.
I know, but she's out of.
Oh, no?
No,
What?
I know,
But my question to you on that is when that money comes in, it's paying their electric bills, how does that work? Because it's gonna come into the county.
I,
You asked, what did you say?
Probably a transfer.
You'll probably be able to put in a claim for expense, out-of-pocket expenses.
And then just write the check in the museum.
That's what I do, keep it clean.
They've got a checking account, they
Then
would,
you know where the money comes from.
Yeah, but you can't
Savings
give
account.
them the money.
No, it gotta stay
It's
here.
gotta stay here. You
And then-
can't just give them the
so
money.
you would have another, you go into a museum column or account.
We'd have to, we
Yeah.
have to create one. Yeah, because I don't think you can just hand over the money to them like the other ones, because the museum,
They would have to put a claim in for the amount.
They gotta claim it.
it
And that keeps it clean. That just, you have to do it that way.
Well, I see that on one hand, on the other hand,
Yeah,
if
you're
you got
sure.
rid of a stall,
That's
now you're getting it back in again.
Well, then don't do the resolution, or don't do the, no, you got an either or, they need money, so you do it or you don't do it.
that's the only way I think we can run on that.
Oh, well, yeah, you keep her on one side.
Because all the ones that we have on there, they come into the county.
Yeah.
Even the airports come into the
Yeah,
county.
no more Junes. I hate June.
We just have to make sure they understand they have to do a claim for the utilities.
So. Well, the airport brings claims. I think it would run like airport, but like the fire doesn't. I don't know how that works with the fire. You know, like, Fallon Fire.
Oh,
They have their
Well, they've
own
got their-
checkbook, but they deposit.
So, don't.
Say again,
They deposit, Fallon Fire, deposits,
which is a district.
yes. And how do they pay? They don't turn in claims for bills.
I got it.
How would, should they have,
I don't know.
do they have their own checkbook?
yes.
Yeah, they have their own checkbook.
You sure? I've never seen it.
And then
Fallon
they just
Fire?
clear through the-
That one's fire.
Not refuge.
Oh, no.
And
Same guy.
the refuge would be the same thing, though, because we tax on that as well.
Yeah.
So the money runs through here. Cheryl?
Well, didn't we do we did that by resolution with the.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to understand how
But when-
theirs works because they don't turn in a claim.
Yeah.
Airport does. Airport
Yeah, I
runs
signed
through
a
us,
couple
and
of
they
check-
turn a claim.
There was a
But-
couple of them today.
Those guys don't, but I know that their money is here and their tax money is here. So is it just on a clearing side of it or how does that?
Okay, what we got going?
So I just don't understand your side. So
Okay,
airport, they have their own levy and but they turn in claims to us and then we process them and put them over here. But Fallon Fire,
Garbage.
airport doesn't have an elected board.
And what?
Airport doesn't have an elected board. Right? It's
Right.
appointed,
Appointed board.
And
so
the
volunteer.
okay,
Fallon,
that's not my
Oh,
question
okay.
is, so these other ones that do have the elected boards.
Mhm.
Okay, so they, how does the money work? Cause the tax money comes in, and I know that Fallon Fire deposits, so do they have their own checkbook and then you clear it?
Yes, yes, yep,
Okay,
that's exactly right.
so,
Cause they're different.
Yeah, but like town and hospital now, they have their own, and the only thing we do for them is we bill and collect taxes, and then I pay them out. Like Lynn was just here, and I pay out their
so she could
taxes
do
every
the
month.
same with the
so we can do the
museum.
same if the museum mill levy passes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I think y'all, to correct me if I'm wrong, they have to have not just an appointed board, but an elected board, right?
It's appointed.
No, theirs is a non-profit. The
But
museum board
the
is a-
Fallon, we made Fallon and lighting and sewer, didn't we?
Become elected.
They
Become elected.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
got a problem here because we have a building that's owned by a public entity, but we have a organization that's 501(c) non-governmental.
Yeah.
So could you do just a levy, just literally say for utilities related to the museum building?
Well, we would have to use that strictly for utilities, through the county to take over the utilities.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, have to be.
I think you can do some checking with either local government services.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good resource for this sort of thing, and we're not the only ones who have hinky shit like this.
But I
I don't
honestly,
know, museums are,
They're a thing, huh?
they're a thing.
I'm like wondering.
I like my
I
history
think
with the
that you
museum.
guys would have to I think you'd have to do what you're doing. Because I believe if you're gonna give money to a nonprofit, you're gonna open up a different ball of worms there. If you're gonna do a.
So how does that work with the hospital? Cause remember,
But the hospital has a board. And
but
they're
if they make them elect their museum board, it's too late this year to do that, right? Is that part of the problem?
No, we
They have
have,
to go through an actual, like, they have to do the process like
Right.
Fallon did and then.
But we did that in the spring, right? Because that was
we appointed the first board and the next general election or whatever, then they elected
There was this fire truck.
the.
That could be. That could be.
For
But
who?
you're also looking at all these other ones. that are
Allen garbage.
City.
They're not a nonprofit. They're actually a nonprofit.
They're actually
don't know.
for profit.
So this is.
Yeah.
Fallon,
this is
yeah.
everything
Okay.
sold
Yeah.
by
Yes.
Prairie County.
The-
Fallon Refuge.
The lights
Yeah.
and the sewer
Yeah.
and all of that is for
When you
profit.
deal with Renee.
Okay.
Lane and.
And that does make a huge difference in just the reporting baloney.
Yeah.
Cause that's what's going on with the
I
hospital
think
right
it
now.
would be smarter that you guys would have
Can
to
we determine
pay the
whether the
utility.
county actually bought it?
Probably be easier, no
Because
longer.
technically you own the building,
Yep.
so then you.
Well, then you know things are taken care of.
And then on
That's not a
top
free
of that,
county.
you have to maintain
That's probably the.
buildings, like if a window
She
goes or
said something
whatever.
about them putting in.
So I would say that you would wanna have that discussion and say that in doing this
Is this
in the
a
middle of
copy or-
classes, I believe.
Yeah, this is,
Okay.
this is just, Bobby, I'll leave that with you.
Now,
Well, we'll call
there's
it.
like an agreement, like they pay part of something.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
For upkeep.
They do everything except the the structure, the sound structure of the building.
Okay, okay.
I just don't know how you.
Is that why we didn't pay for those big rack things and then, but we paid for the windows?
What big
Windows
rack?
are part of the structure.
Okay, there were those. They had big rack things, they were storing things on, that were like our map things, remember they came and got those measurements? And they ordered some, but they had to pay for that part, I don't remember,
I have no idea what
Okay.
that is.
We
Okay.
probably.
but that makes more
It was
sense.
internal and not in the building,
Yeah.
shelf feeder. it was
Yeah, not
something,
not the actual buildings, okay,
Not
I mean,
the
I
actual
can
building.
check on it, but
If you can walk out of the building and take it with you, it's not our responsibility.
Yeah, can't take the window out and
Can't
walk
take the
away.
window out.
you'd be surprised what I could do with a door, yeah, okay, awesome,
Somebody might know.
right? Is there any other questions about that?
Not until you leave.
Okay, perfect. Harry, did you get answered with Short Boss what you wanted?
A little bit. Now we gotta talk to Elaine and find out if any of these vehicles are the ones that she put in there.
Okay,
Oh, our sales list.
well, part of what I'm wondering is didn't we have the titles for the fire stuff that got sold?
It was fire stuff. I just,
Oh, you did just said sheriff stuff, okay,
yeah.
because we gave something when they called and asked for it. So, and to tell you the truth, I can't remember what that was. I've done a couple things since then.
Yeah,
I
it's,
think.
So,
my concern, I shouldn't say concern, but my issue would be is if the town had those fire trucks and they put them in, they should have been listed under the town of Terry, not under Prairie County. And then we wouldn't have this snap.
Correct, but-
If that's the
but the
issue.
organizational guru on that side might have clumped.
No, I don't buy that at all. When he's doing 500 pieces and all of them are correct except for 2 fire trucks, because they
Okay.
should have said town of Terry. They're under a huge responsibility to list the proper owner of a piece of equipment.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't,
not
I
buying
mean,
that.
I know Matt is. But, I also know he wouldn't want to screw up something like that. because
Absolutely.
That's a huge snafu on his auction house,
Okay,
right? But we'll see.
so we'll need to know pretty soon, because we're finalizing.
Yeah, so we just.
Being
need
the
to
end
give
of
Elaine-
fiscals, what's gonna mess
Well,
that?
Well, no, honestly, because if we did
They
get
just have to
the
put a
check,
claim in, yeah.
yep,
Yeah, the town put a claim into the county for the cost of the 2 fire trucks, which were
Yep.
deposited into fire, not into
Yeah,
sheriff
they were-
revenue,
they were
Right.
deposited in 4010.
right, but
But
it's under fire.
but under
Yeah,
fire
yeah,
revenue,
yeah.
not under
Yeah.
sheriff revenue.
Yep,
So
We kept
the-
all that separate.
Yep.
So it's easy.
The
it is.
transfer.
mm-hmm, no,
You
it's
just
just, it's a
write a
warrant and then we
Uh,
clear it.
Or-
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty simple.
Yep, that would be really nice.
You'd have to do it that way because I've already sent the auditors 2024. So,
Yep,
You don't get it, you get to put it in there.
yep. Did you guys have questions
Oh.
on the stuff that we did this morning? I'm sorry, Sherry.
no, you can't.
I
They're not budgeted yet.
think so.
Ooh,
Fire.
it's coming out of capital improvement.
Doesn't matter if you're gonna bring it out and it's fire that deposited in there, that's the amount, unless you're gonna take it out of the general side of it.
But it's capital improvement.
It is, but 4010, remember, he has a piece of it.
Right.
ambulance has a piece of
Right.
it, and now fire has a piece of that.
If you guys have questions, get you.
Uh-huh.
That amount, when you do
Thank you.
budget, his has his amount. This one has this amount and this has this amount.
Right.
So yes, you could take it out. But then you can't take it out of fire because we didn't have fire in there to begin with. Not in fiscal year 20,
In your 40-10.
in your 40-10, we didn't. We are
started-
doing it in this budget because it was
24,
there.
25, right?
And the only other thing I could think of too
Hi,
is
Glenn.
maybe I'll message Kirk, cause I just was messaging him and saying, hey, we think that there might be a mess up that got deposited into 40-10. What would be the best way since it's towns?
That sounds perfect. Put it
The
on,
best way to handle it.
put it on his plate.
Christine, would you mind calling her
But
later?
then I guess you could just budget it if you do it into this year, we would
I'll
budget
see
it.
if I got her number. Don't remember.
Well, yeah, you can budget it, it's budgeted in. and
Don't
money.
remember whether I've got her number or not.
Or do a budget
I got a
resolution.
No, just one of you guys need to ask her
But
if
it
she
would
can
be
come back
current
and
budget if we
take a
did
look
it.
at this and tell us.
Did those get deposited? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You got
If
it?
we just remember
I
to
don't know, I
budget
can't
that
get
amount
there.
of money
Stupid ass.
for
thing.
fire in 40-10, because it would be this fiscal year.
Oh, hey.
And then gets paid on this.
We just gotta remember to do that.
And then.
There I go.
Yeah,
It's being paid out of
You're
this.
gonna call her, you want me to call her?
If we reversed it, it
I
would,
do not have her
if
number.
we did it out of 24.
No, and then he,
no, we just have to have a claim process, to make sure the money
Yeah.
is accounted.
I don't know if you remember.
Not ringing.
Is that it? You got the
Your
resolutions?
call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
And
Relaying Christopherson is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
What are you
When
asking
you finish
her?
recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more
Your
options.
message.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
Number one, base hand out there for.
Rolane, this is Christine Kellner. Could you come back to the commissioners meeting if you have time? Thank you.
For it to be a thing.
We're asking her which vehicles are hers off this list.
Number.
You never will.
If they're
Well,
both
that's her
hers or
853
not.
number or 6.
Two fire trucks on here.
It was herself. Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to make sure.
Well, you're awful picky guy. You've been waiting around a long time.
Hey, I want to do it right. Want to wait for the public comment.
Okay, what's the number?
Are you in public comment under sheriff or under just Kiefer?
If you want the same number, you gotta order it and it costs you $45.
Sheriff,
853.
Okay,
yeah, that'll be fine.
4419.
Thank you.
Are we official?
Yes, sir, we are official by a minute and a half.
Awesome. Okay, so here's what I would like to propose. I have a gentleman, he's a very, very close friend of mine, does a lot of public speaking and a lot of trainings. He runs a company called People First.
By the time.
I approached him about doing a class for the whole county, half a day class, 2 sessions, 2-hour sessions, so it'd be 4 hours total. On customer service and handling people. For 2 reasons. Number one, I'm huge on customer service and handling people because of my business. And I see a lot of poor performance in this courthouse from a few of the people. And honestly, I believe everybody can always use
You
a
can always
refresher
find something.
and some new ideas on how to really handle people better. He is available to come in September and it's $500. And we can have as many people sit in on each session. And the reason I thought 2 sessions so that we could split the offices, like we could send one and then send the next one. Same in the next office down, same in the extension office, same in my office. I'll send Christy and John, and then me and Jason will go.
Mhm.
And of course, you guys are welcome to sit in too.
What dates are you thinking?
It's just a 1-day deal. It would be,
Cause we have convention that month.
it'd be a morning session. Oops, let me get to the right thing here.
And you're thinking mandatory?
I don't, for my office, I'm gonna make it mandatory. And I think it's up to each department or each office head, elected official or department head to be able to say, yeah, I want you to go, or it's up to you. And I'm thinking even extending it out to ambulance service personnel because they deal with people.
Anybody that deals with,
I mean, we all do. We all deal with our public constituents. We all deal with people on their worst day. We deal with people on their best day. And there's different techniques on handling each one of those. And I think some people have lost that. I see some very poor things going on in my office occasionally that I really, really hate. And I want to get a handle on it. So 20th of September is when he has an opening that he could come.
we have a meeting that day.
That's a commissioner day.
That's the commissioner does.
So we could almost schedule on your agenda a little time off.
Yes,
So that is something that I've been thinking of. And I guess I wanted to put it out there before I get it on the agenda. Like I say, I want to test the water, see what you guys think.
500 a day or a session.
It's $500 for the day. And as many people as we want to come.
Oh,
We can.
I think
we
it's a
can have
good
the health
idea.
Department, we can have everybody come.
I think it's a good idea.
And so I guess the big thing for me is I'm willing to pay for it out of my own training budget because I think it's important. But I wanted to see if we have any funds available countywide, if we're gonna use the whole county to come in and do it. You know, you get just 10 people alone in the courthouse, it's only $50 a person to get a pretty damn good bunch of training. So,
I think it'd be well worth our time.
I think so. Make any difference how many of these classes you take, you always get something out of them.
yeah, I agree. I get something out of every class I go to. Even when I go instruct classes, I get something out of it because,
You never run into quite all the problems they're gonna present you.
well, the neat thing about it is you get interactive students that really want to start asking questions and it brings up, oh, God, why didn't I actually talk about that? And then you start talking about it. And so even as an instructor, I've learned stuff, so.
If we're gonna do it, I'd like to see it strongly recommended we do it. And the reason that has merit is we walk down the road and we're thinking we're doing things okay.
Tell her
Then,
that.
and then down on the street corner, God's waiting on us and showing us we didn't do anything. And it's a wake up call.
Yeah.
And sometimes our county employees, and I'm one of them, you think you're doing it right, but after you hear it put in terms, oh, geez, I did that. And there's better ways, better processes to handle it, work in unity. Teamwork coordinated.
Yeah.
And you deal with it down in that corner. You happy people come in and sad people come in. And as a businessman, how they come in is immaterial. How they leave is most important.
Oh,
You
absolutely,
give them a good day,
absolutely.
they're gonna come back, see you. And it's like,
You
you
can
can
take it
solve a
out of
lot of
purchase
problems
services.
What,
by just listening and being helpful
This?
instead of
Yeah,
wanna fight them.
how much we got in there? How much we budget?
we budgeted 2,500. Last year we used 600.
Okay, you found the money.
Do you
Why
have,
would we take it out of commissioners?
That is,
Why would we?
because we're gonna sponsor it. If we pay for it, we would sponsor it.
What's in buildings?
I don't know what to look for under buildings.
Kiefer, there's a book you might like called, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
I've read it multiple times.
Me too.
Multiple times.
It was required at the bit, when I was a manager for every manager to,
CNR,
Really?
Yep.
Very interesting.
they were
building,
very
what,
focused on customer service.
contract
One of the
services,
greatest books I think I've ever
we
read. as far as
scheduled, we
Really concentrating on the customer.
7,000 and we used 5,600. was pretty much the same.
Good place, huh?
I think you take it out because it's not just commissioners that are,
It's
Yeah.
whoever.
I'd take it out of buildings. We can take it out of commissioner if you want. I mean, it's
No,
there's
that's-
room there.
I don't like Christine's idea. I think we should take it out of building. I'd second your motion if you made one.
I don't think we can't make a motion.
No, you gotta put it up.
We're on public comment. So if we could we
We
put it?
try to poke you in the eyes like the big students.
I was gonna fix, I was
Can you
gonna
put
fix
that
his
on the-
glasses for him.
Give me just a minute.
Okay.
Do we want it on the next agenda?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get it on the next one if you don't mind, for me anyway. And then I guess the only other thing that,
somebody gonna remember 1,350.
okay, I will. 1,350.
I'm putting you on there. So are you gonna be on there?
Yeah, you're gonna
Alright.
present it, 1,350.
Customer service training.
Uh,
That's what I'm putting down.
Yeah. And I think that's the other thing is I know that sometimes just what we call it will make a big difference on strongly encouraging or mandating that people come. So I will work with my buddy JP on maybe coming up with a very fancy term for dealing
Get your
with
butt
people
there.
or customer service or something, but money out for training. Okay.
Put a door prize on there and half the town will come.
That's absolutely true.
Finger food. Light refreshment,
So he did
waters and
this
cookies.
character here did a presentation up in Lewis and Clark County for Sheriff Dutton and all of his jail staff and then all of his deputies. And
Leo,
yeah, for Leo, and he brought a whistle with him. And he told those people, he says, look, I've been a coach and I'm used to people horsing around. But the first time you guys get to horse around too much, I'm gonna blow that whistle. And that means it's time to get back to class and get serious about what we're doing here. And he said, I had to blow the whistle once. And then it got to a point where they would actually be horsing around, but they'd be watching me. And the minute I started to put the whistle on my lips, they just sit down. So
Made a difference.
take control right away and it's. Yeah. All right, well, I will visit with him some more and then we'll get together on the 7th.
oh,
Sure, okay,
What day we thinking though?
the
it'd be
20th.
the 20th of September is when
It's a
he got
Friday.
available for us.
It's our Friday meeting.
Yeah, you come home on Thursday and you be here for Friday.
Oh, Mr. Teskey. I leave on the 9th. I'm gone in DC the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Get back, I get to go to Mako and Missoula. I don't even come home.
16, 17, 18. You're home the 19th.
Wow.
I don't see a problem, officer.
Here you're telling me stories. You said you were gonna go up early and spend a few days with Eileen.
This is September.
Uh-huh,
I'm not in hell.
that's
He's
what
talking
I
next
asked you
week.
was September.
He's talking next week.
Well, depends on when I'm gonna see Eileen. Might have to question my residency.
Feel free to move over. We're changing addresses.
Yeah, half of September's gone.
Between Mako and NACO.
We gotta get rid of the resolutions on the books. We got a bunch of resolutions on the books that are low hanging fruit. We gotta get that low hanging fruit off the list.
But you guys have about 20 minutes till the next one and you guys got 2 minutes.
Yeah,
to
let's
read.
do the minutes.
Want to do
I
that?
am out.
Dennis, you can read this time.
Okay.
Well, then I'm leaving because I ain't reading nothing.
Hey,
I don't even know how to read.
take your whistle and run.
One of these days.
You have one of those little cards, you have the right to remain silent. Do you have those?
I do.
Hi, Owen.
Want me to read it to
How
you
are
real
you?
quick?
No. Yeah,
I have a Groveland Club meeting at 5, I just remembered.
oh, I can run over there quick and check, I can run over and check some hot spots.
Okay, well, if you want to take that pickup, you can. It's got 2 pallets of stuff in it.
Where's it at?
It's at my shop right now.
Keys in it?
Yeah. I don't think anything's really out, though, I
No,
recall. They slowed up.
dramatically.
Too hot.
Yeah, we haven't interviewed them, but we think that's what it is. Exit interview.
Okay, well, it doesn't
Okay, you
have,
got a roping club deal. All right, I'll just figure on doing something.
well, you don't have to take it, but if you want to, it's
Yeah,
loaded.
I might leave
It's
it.
loaded to go.
I might leave it.
Okay.
Just go check water.
All right.
All right, thanks on.
Prairie County Board of Commissioners meeting June 17th, 2024.
Always keep in
Prairie
mind.
County.
No, you know what, that should say July 17th unless I opened up the wrong one. Hold on.
You got June on here. So you gotta change that, everything.
Gotta
else
be
is
July. Yeah, it's gotta be July.
Okay. Prairie County Board of Commissioners, Christine Keltner, Dennis Dusty, met for a session at 9 a.m. In attendance, Commissioner Secretary Harry McNall, Commissioner Devlin is gone on official business.
Why did I go to the?
9 a.m. Pledge of Allegiance and call to order. Commissioner Keltner went to the courtroom.
I don't know, you told me you were going to the courtroom, so that's what I wrote down.
9:15 a.m. Road Supervisor Todd Henry joined the meeting to update the commissioners on the road department. Todd told the commissioner that he might be able to train one of the employees for him to get a CDL. Todd has a solid plan for mowing the roadside this year. So that's,
Well, that is.
so that it's done before snowfall. He also has the possibility of setting up a water trailer to give it,
There you go.
to have it ready in case of fire. There was a discussion on mill levy proposed. 9:40 a.m. Christine Keltner returned to the meeting. 10 a.m. Commissioner Teskey made a motion to move the road department to 4 employees to raise wages, seconded by Keltner. Commissioner Keltner opened the discussion. Commissioner Teskey called Commissioner Devlin into the conversation. They all agreed it is. They all agreed it is.
What is needed?
They all agreed it is what is needed. Yeah,
It is.
yeah, that's
Cancel
okay.
out.
Okay.
All in favor, motion passed. 10:01, discussion about the wages should be paid to each position by eliminating a position and increasing the wage of the remaining employees. Todd was up to date. Todd will update his job description with updated wages, which he did, I think. 10:15 a.m. Christine Keltner, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to raise the wages for the temporary position from $18 to $20 per hour and raising the permanent longtime employees by $5 an hour and the newest hire by $4 an hour, seconded by Commissioner Keltner. That had been made because you
Yep.
can't make the motion.
Wait a minute. What's that for? Road?
He wrote,
Doesn't say that.
should say that.
Where would the raise
Raise
the
the wage
wage
of the road
for-
department.
For road department employees?
Got it.
All in favor, motion passed. 10:30 a.m. Commissioner Keltner read minutes from the July 3rd, 2024 meeting. 10:37, Commissioner Teskey made a motion to accept the meetings from the July 3rd, 2024 meeting as corrected, second by Commissioner Keltner. All in favor, motion passed. 10:38 a.m. Karen Roush, is that spelled right?
No. Got too many letters in it.
Yeah, that's it.
How should it be spelled?
Yes, so out. I
Yeah.
think.
Cancel. I think that's right.
Karen Roush for the Senior Citizen Center and Congregate Meals Budget Committee. Clerk and reporter Sherry Robertson also joined the meeting. Discussion on equipment replacement needs for the future for the Senior Citizen Center. Discussion on what to do with funds involved in the Senior Citizens Fallon Endowment. Commissioners asked Dan Rice about, County Attorney Dan Rice, about what to do with those funds. He explained those funds are county funds, but should check with auditors first. The commission decided Sherry could move the funds from the Senior Center Fallon Endowment to the Senior Citizen Terry Endowment, providing she checks with the auditor before the move. 11 a.m. John Pist with EES in to talk about senior citizen generator. John explained the history, progress, and issues with installing the generator. Commissioners asked John Pist if we work with the current electrician to get the generators completed by the end of July 2024. Or contract will end. If not completed by the end of July 2024, the Senior Center Board will hire an electrician to complete the work. 11:30 a.m. Commissioner Teskey called Eric Steele with Tab Electric about generator installation progress. 10:37. Commissioner Teskey made a motion to switch the 2:30 p.m. agenda item with the 3:30 p.m. agenda item. Seconded by Commissioner Keltner, all in favor, passed. 10:38, Commissioner Keltner read the minutes from the July 9th, 2024 Commissioner Budget meeting. 11:44, Commissioner Teskey made a motion to accept the minutes from the July 9th, 2024 Commissioner's Budget meeting, seconded by Commissioner Keltner, all in favor, motion passed. 11:45, Commissioner Keltner read the minutes from July 10th, 2024 Commissioner Budget meeting. 11:54, Commissioner Teskey made a motion to accept the minutes from the July 10th, 2024 Commissioner Budget meeting, seconded by Commissioner Keltner, all in favor, motion passed. 11:55 a.m. Sheriff Keeper Lewis. Is there just one F in Keeper? Or is there two?
Keeper is EI.
Yeah. Sheriff Keeper Lewis joined the meeting to discuss the possibility of purchasing a vehicle for his department. Also discussed what options there were for future purchases and covering the cost of that as well. At that time too, he did mention to
He received a call that the 150 had lost its transmission.
you see that on there. And we need to put
That's
that,
when he did that.
Yeah.
But I
We-
don't see it on here.
we need to put that in there.
That he,
That at that
Transfer.
time, the cost as well. And Commissioner or Sheriff Lewis notified the commissioners that they just lost the transmission in their
150.
154 pickup. 12:05 p.m. Then change that. Commissioner Teskey made a motion to have Sheriff Keeper, to be just Sheriff Lewis.
Yeah,
The
very good.
2024 Ram one for 1,500 SSV for 43,484. Account.
you guys had not came up with an account yet, so I left it blank.
Okay. Wait, is it the 4010? Is that
I
the
don't know.
account?
I don't have money, I don't have money in there.
Well, we'd have to transfer some in, wouldn't, don't we, isn't that where his pocket change is at for this, in this 4010 account?
Well, that's for part of the money.
That's that bank loan.
Bank loan, no, some $60,000 bank loan.
That'd be a transfer in, wouldn't it? It's my understanding.
We should just put a bank loan
Hmm,
instead of an account, right?
But that he'll get a loan.
Stockman Bank.
It's my understanding that the 150, they'll determine a trade-in price on it. That will go on the down payment.
Did you see this? That's the Stockman Bank.
Okay.
And
Well, then
You'll
that's what we're talking about.
he'll take the 4010 money out to fix the new one up. To add whatever he needs on it.
So just put paid with,
Decals.
or put pay with a Stockman Bank loan or get a
Right.
Stockman Bank loan?
Yep.
Yeah,
Which way do you want it, paid or get?
Uh,
Cause he hadn't got,
the pickup itself, what we're talking about, is paying for the pickup through a Stockman Bank loan.
Okay.
All in favor, motion passed. 1 PM, Megan Kelfeld, Gary Feifel, Andy Peel.
Peel is spelled P-E-H-L.
hold on just one sec. PEHL?
P-E-H-L.
Okay.
By Palin with Prairie County Hospital joined the meeting. Interim Treasurer Cheryl Morrison phoned into the meeting. County Attorney Dan Rice joined the meeting. Megan asked for a reduction in mileage on a care transfer to Glendive from $809 billed to the hospital by the ambulance service. 125, Commissioner Pesky made a motion to accept a reduction in ambulance service bill of $809 by 0.5% to be $405, seconded by Commissioner Keller. All in favor, motion passed.
The reason for all those people to be here for that meeting's not done.
Well, why were they all here for the meeting?
They were trying to find out when the county was gonna transfer the hospital's money.
Yeah, we need to end that at the end of that paragraph or the budget.
In between meeting and Megan.
Okay.
And you know what money they're talking about, the hospital funds coming out of.
The
1:35 PM, Deputy Clerk of Iowa provided the commissioners with claims and journal vouchers.
Time out. Go ahead.
I just need to ask you guys a question that I kept forgetting to ask. So we want to have this hearing so that we open our polls at noon instead of, because I was just checking statute on that.
Yeah,
We're doing I don't have to do a hearing, but for transparency purposes, we decided that was the best.
Yeah.
It's not a commissioner's decision. It actually is an election administrator decision, but I would like your guys' backing on it. My question to you is, we decided an evening meeting was better. Right?
Sure. Get more people.
So when works for you guys so that you guys are here?
now what's that for? The public hearing?
We just decided we were gonna have a public hearing to explain
Yeah.
to everybody
Why you're,
why we are
Oh.
going to do.
My recommendation is to have it at 6 o'clock, right after happy hour in the bars and down.
And then don't go.
That was a disaster. We did that once.
Yeah,
So I just need to know, because we have to put a note, we actually have to
Evenings.
mail notices. That is part of it. We have to mail it to the people that,
When are you talking?
to the voters.
What month you talking?
so any month, but I want to be able to mail my notices October 1st.
Well, the election's the 5th of November, so you wanna have it early October.
No,
You
I want to
mail-
have the hearing before October because
September.
I have to mail notices to all. I have to mail them. That's what statute states.
Before the meeting or after the meeting?
I would like to do it after the meeting, which is why I want it.
so
I'd like to have the meeting first. I don't want to mail a notice and then have a meeting.
are you talking August or September?
Either one.
September 4th, why couldn't we do it then?
You just want to do it at 6 after your meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Cause that way I can just put it like on the agenda and then we'll also put an ad. Does that work for you, Christie?
Yeah, I'll be in, so
All I have that day is commission meeting.
So work for you, Todd?
You gotta look with him. He's always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Fourth is the only thing I got is county commission meeting.
So you're gonna make it an 8 to 6
8? Why do we gotta go
or
at
9 to 6? Sorry.
are you sure?
8? 9 to, you think 6 o'clock is too early?
No, I think 6 fine.
Think it'd be all right?
6 to what?
Well, we just say starting
7.
at 6.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause if it's just us that shows up, I'll send in that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. 4-year 2023, 2024 claims. Voucher 1162, 1161, 1160.
Is there no page 3?
There should be.
Yeah,
1004, 1002, 1003. 205, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to sign RN 88 for records that have met their retention dates according to Montana Code 7-5-2132 from the elections office.
Hey, Christie,
Second by
your phone has been
Commissioner
vibrating for 5
Teskey.
minutes. I was trying to call you pretty badly.
Journal adjustment.
I'm sitting right here and I can't tell it.
5, health insurance premium. Journal adjustment 48.6 for homeland security. 212, Clerk Recorder Roberts joined the meeting to talk about the budget. 2:30, public comment, not on agenda. 2:42 PM, interim treasurer Cheryl Morrison called into the meeting to talk with the commissioners about a letter from the local government service bureau. 3 PM, Eileen Eaton Public Health Budget Meeting. 3:35 PM, Commissioner Teskey called Commissioner Devlin to discuss the budget. 3:45 PM, he asked the commissioners if the ambulance could turn 3 bills into collection. The commissioners approved. 3:46 PM, Commissioner Teskey made a motion to adjourn the meeting, second by Commissioner Calvin, all in favor.
Am I late?
No, you're early.
Thought it was 3 o'clock, ain't it?
Yeah, she is.
Well, when I looked, it wasn't quite 3 o'clock.
You have a motion.
it's
Make a motion.
2:59. So,
See what I tell you? She hates being late.
I did.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes with corrections.
I second your motion.
motion is second, all in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
motion passed. That's July 17th. We'll do 24th after annual.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so, state of Montana, offered a grant for crisis intervention. I was told to write for the grant, so I did. In reading through the paperwork, I was unsure whether we should do it or not. It was a 1-to-1 match, which we can't do. We absolutely cannot do a
How much was
1-to-1.
it?
Unless it's just a dollar.
I wrote the grant for $286,000 for 3 years.
Oh. Yeah,
We were, congratulations.
you awarded,
They intend to award if we accept. No, we're not accepting.
it's a 1-to-1.
It's a 1-to-1 match.
She didn't
Give
realize that.
them the trying your beer story.
God, literally in this grant I wrote, Prairie County is a very poor county. We cannot afford a 1-to-1 match. I would ask that you would grant us this money without a match. That is what I wrote in there.
So when they wrote you back, they want a 1-to-1.
It's in all their documentation. I haven't talked to Violet yet. She hasn't called me. But yeah,
Would have been beneficial to Prairie County.
it would have been very beneficial to the ambulance service, yes. We could have continued our CIH and how I wrote it was they want crisis intervention and crisis diversion. Well, in my opinion, every 911 call, somebody's in crisis.
Or they wouldn't have called 911.
Exactly. It is a crisis in their mind at that time. And that's how I wrote it. I was actually shocked when I
Yeah,
got the
who told you to write for it?
Bert.
Us. Of course he did.
Yeah. So,
Did you email him, tell him you were accepted? Now how do I pay for it?
nope. So I am gonna wait to talk to Violet and see if they're gonna go with no match on it. If they'll go with no match, then we'll have another discussion. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they don't make us match, I'm on
Or a more reasonable match. Like
100-to-1.
10%, you know.
yeah.
We could come up, what'd you say is 200?
280.
286,000
So we can
over
come up
3
300.
years.
We come up with $28,000 to get.
Over
200.
3 years, yeah.
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 Yeah, that'd be,
figure
Yeah,
out
if we,
what it is.
you know, get less than $10,000 a year, you get $100,000, that's a pretty good deal. Bang for your buck.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but
Wouldn't have to put in for the mills.
it would definitely help out our service. And we could write it to where everything works out. Okay. Pintler sent me credit card stuff, and I told him I needed a report. How many credit cards they accept for us?
Oh,
Commissioner.
for payment
Yeah, because they're doing some switching up of
on
stuff,
their collections.
just on payments,
you
whatsoever.
mean when a customer pays us?
Mm-hmm.
And what are they asking?
They want us to fill out credit card applications. I told them, I don't believe we accept credit cards.
We do, but they do.
Oh, they do, but we've had one since 2019. I said, I don't think we're gonna go forward with the credit cards.
They're both city.
I-
credit cards.
Because then that also charges us a fee.
That'd cost you 2%.
No, more than that.
It costs
Well, they jack
whatever for that, and then they have
a fee on
a
top of
fee on
that.
top of that. I said, I think we'll just stick with cash or check or money order. And then the biggest problem I have today, and only problem I have today. One of our fuel cards went missing.
One of your what?
Fuel cards
Oh,
Went missing.
went missing. I caught it because it was used in April 30th. We had runs on the 4th, the 10th, the 15th of April, and then not again till May 4th.
Somebody made use of it.
Evidently, somebody made use of it.
So you
And
cancel your cards and start over.
I canceled that card. I got a new one issued. But
How many dollars?
it was 28 gallons, $90.25. So, unfortunately, after that, I feel like the cards need to be pulled from the ambulance. And if they need a card, they need to come get it from me.
Yeah.
I think that
No,
would be.
absolutely, absolutely.
Do that.
Now, if you were
I
filling
don't
up,
wanna treat them like kids, but
if you were filling up twice a day,
they're
different
gonna
deal.
act like kids, you treat them like.
Well, your board has asked that you pull the cards from the ambulances.
so, but I did, I went through everything. The only other time it was used before that was on January 23rd for a round trip to Billings. So
Somebody use it by mistake or?
that's what I'm wondering, if when they filled up, when they got back, whoever was driving, it was cold, it was January, they stuck it in their pocket, forgot about it. And then, I've got a card, an MTV card. It doesn't have a name on it. So it's just a basic card. You could get it mixed up with any
Oh,
card.
yeah, I'm always getting mine mixed up with a credit card.
So, I don't think anybody did it viciously or intentionally.
It just happened.
Yeah. As soon as I found out, I did have Araya cancel the card and give me a new one.
But
Perfect, I don't think.
Other than that, I've
That's
got
cool.
nothing. Everything's
How
going
about-
great.
We need to talk to you.
Oh, Lord, what'd I do?
You didn't do anything, you're perfect in every way, except there's just one little thing we need to take care of.
What?
We have 3 ambulances over there.
I called Matt Smith.
Yep.
I'm waiting for him to call me back.
Okay,
I'd like to get him in his next fall auction.
okay, now let me ask you a question. You have an ambulance in front of the store between Senex and the city hall. Is that in use or is that your old ambulance?
That's one of the ones we're getting rid of.
You took that out of service and put the new one in, is that what you did?
Yes.
And does that have any viability in it? Is it junk or?
No, it's drivable.
it needs to be put.
Is that
in
the one that-
Smith,
I got stranded on the highway with?
yeah,
I went to Miles City and my good friend
No,
Todd
that's
was
your
driving,
second
I'd had to walk home.
No. That was the one. Was it the
Had
one,
a turbo problem or something.
the one from Dawson County, I bet?
Yep.
Or, yeah. I think that was the one from Dawson County.
Okay, so you
Or
still
that.
have that, you still
No.
have that in service then?
Yeah,
Okay,
You got Fallon Dawson in service.
yeah,
okay. So this one is just an older ambulance and you're taking him out of.
Yeah. This is the one we sent over to Two Rivers Ford to get the air conditioner worked on, and they had it for a month and blew our whole budget last year
Okay,
for maintenance and never fixed the air conditioner,
never
but
did.
screwed up the transmission.
okay, so that one's gonna go to auction
Mm-hmm,
and then you have 2 more in the back or?
yes,
There's 3 more.
two,
You have that Dodge ambulance, the green one kind of, or whatever,
yellow one.
yellow one. And then you have the, is it the Ford?
The Ford that's tore apart.
Yeah, that has part of the engine down. And
Get her
we'll
done,
get-
took it apart and didn't put it
And
back.
we'll
together.
get Dan to tow that up. Does he have a place to park those things today? That,
I haven't heard back from him, so as soon as I hear back from him, I will find out.
We'd
when
like
to
it.
get them up.
Put them in the yard as soon as
yeah,
we.
we'd
can.
like it, we'd like him to go up there so they're out of there, cause Rolling was in total.
Yeah, I don't know why it got parked right there.
Does it start and run?
It'll probably have to be jump started. Because I just have to get the radio out of that one.
Could,
We've gotten the radios out of all the other ones, and Merrick is good for some things. Not great with patience, but he's good.
is that drivable?
Yes,
So Todd and I could drive the ambulance and Todd could follow and we could just deliver it.
absolutely.
As soon as he gets the go ahead with Matt.
Someday when you're not busy. maybe
Well, I gotta get
No, you
Matt to
get,
call me back
you
first.
have him call you, and if that's acceptable, we'd like to just take it up there and start. We keep promising,
And that yellow one is also drivable.
but it doesn't have a exhaust pipe or something like
It
that.
has a catalytic converter.
That's not gonna hurt anything.
No, but what we can do for $50, you can get a test pipe. Put in that spot and it's legal. You just put that in there and then it's sellable. You don't have to do anything. You've got to drive
We'll
a
get
different
one
thing.
and do it.
Okay. We'll make sure that gets done so we can drive 2 of them up and one's gotta be hauled on up. Okay.
Third one's gonna have to be trailered.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
You have one other item. Your CIH office.
yeah. Right now, we're gonna do it out of supply money, I guess. I don't know. And we need an office. We do. And.
So you lost funding.
our
Yeah, their
CIH fund.
CIH is done.
So, and that's the funds you've been renting your office with.
Yep.
Is that 250 a month?
Yeah, it's going up to 300 in December.
3,600 bucks here, you got in your supply budget, good enough money.
And where I don't
Well,
order a lot of extra.
She went and got a bunch of supplies to use the CIH money before it ended. So in reality, she'll be using
That money, baby.
that money for that.
You remind me of a teenage boy, you're driving me to drinking.
I'm buying,
Just teasing, just teasing.
yeah. We really do need an office. I mean, and the hospital was gonna put a ambulance office in there.
Yeah, but that got rerouted when the budget got,
Oh, it's still, sorry, what's this?
sorry about that.
Um,
You want to continue to use the office? and
for now,
try to-
until we can find something, maybe a grant to get our own building, something. So,
Who owns the Reynolds building?
the what?
Reynolds,
Who owns your office?
no, the Reynolds building, the grocery store.
Sharon?
Cause Tim's not in there and neither is,
That's not emptied out.
oh, that still has Iron Springs stuff in it.
Yeah,
But that's got two nice offices in there.
it's also got the apartment on one side and another office on the other side at the other end.
That's on top of it. There's three separate entities, I guess you could say.
So when you go in that, like by the bean plant,
Yeah, there was
Go in
the
that door?
Tribune office and the apartment.
yeah.
The old newspaper office.
Mhm. I don't think they even use that Tribune office anymore.
When'd you find out? See what they charge. It's worth looking into.
There's a lot of moving.
Depends on how much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what she charges.
Yeah, the 15, right? Because that's man.
You wanna be careful of your supply line. It'd be worth looking into
Yeah,
what else is available around.
hold on, Jennifer's missing for some reason.
He's missing?
Oh, she's supposed to pick up somebody and take them to the hospital. Didn't show up yet.
Oh,
Yeah. And also.
And not working.
I'm gritting my teeth for right now. She leaves again in a couple of days, for another 2 weeks.
you're getting it
Jen leaves again in another 2 weeks, or
Yeah.
in,
for guard camp.
well, for her 5th one this year.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
I don't fault anybody for being in the military, but,
5 years seems like an awful lot.
oh, she's still got at least one more this year. One more 2 to 3 week.
It has to do with her.
Some of this is not mandatory.
No, she's putting in for them, so she can promote.
Her upper fellow told her she's either gotta take the promotion and do the,
Oh, that was in Fargo.
yeah,
Now she got a taste of promotion and
she likes it.
is gonna continue to put in. The one she leaves for this week, she put in, yeah. It's 2.5 weeks over in Wisconsin. So. But we're making it. I think we're gonna get a few more people,
Got some interest.
potentially.
Gonna hold another class?
Maybe. If you can find me about 40 more hours in a week,
Ah, come on.
so,
The problem is time.
You have vacation time, right?
no.
She sleeps 8 hours a night. Well, you kind of look like you might.
Good vitamins, good vitamins. It's the only thing that keeps me going. So. But I got nothing else other than that.
Mill levy.
I know nothing about those, so draw me a picture with crayons, please.
We're looking at putting 6 mills on for ambulance.
It'd
Okay,
be about 31,000 a year.
okay.
Leave up to the voters if they wanna
I'll fund it.
help fund it. If they don't, they don't. We'll make it work.
It's just money.
You got all of it, Dennis.
I got the pretty boy looks. I got no money.
Pretty boy, pretty boy, Dumb and Dumber. Pretty boy.
Oh,
I had visualized the parrot on the shoulder. Pretty
boy.
boy.
I did get a hold of Sim Montana too.
Yeah.
They are interested in our cots.
Oh, good.
Probably 5,000 a piece.
Oh, geez.
That's more than what you got now.
Yeah, we've got 3 extra cots and no money.
I mean, you could put that in capital. Well, what's the new one cost? Or you get now and the grant?
We wrote a grant for a new power load system. These are the older cots that you have to still lift. Now, They
got
raise
this-
up,
They got the scissor left on them?
yeah,
They have
you
a
push the
flight
button,
assist, don't they?
yeah. You have to push the button and they raise up, but you still have to lift it to
Right.
Get
push
it
it
over
in,
the, yeah,
so,
get it over the hump.
yeah.
What's a new one of those cost?
20,000, I think.
About 60 to 80,000 installed.
The cot?
The cot and the power load system
What
That-
they,
that raises it all up. A brand new one of just the regular cot like we're trying to sell is 35,000.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
how can we get that kind of money in something? That just
When we talked to
blows
the,
my mind.
when we talked to the rep from Stryker, he said that they would give us 2,500 per cot if we use that as trade-in on a new system.
Mhm.
We'd rather sell them outright.
Mhm.
So, Sim Montana is interested in at least 1 or 2.
They gonna come look at them or what?
I'm gonna send them some pictures and videos. Lee from Sim Montana has worked with our equipment already during trainings. He's been here a couple times.
Oh, good. So he'd
So-
be familiar with.
Yep.
I heard
Oh,
in
Lord.
hearing, well, you were just cheering me on, I'm pretty sure.
No, somebody over here with this little pretty boy.
I don't know why one of my favorite movies, Blazing Saddles and Dumb and Dumber.
Blazing Saddles I can see. Dumb and Dumber's just stupid.
Of course, there's no message.
No, there
I
is.
don't like either one.
I have a chance. You have 1 in a million chance, so I do have a
So
chance.
you do, you're telling me there's a chance. Million to 1.
And
So
she's
you're
just standing
telling me-
there looking.
That was the best part of that movie right there, so I have a chance.
I always
So,
liked Hot Shot.
I heard your granddaughter's story about the car.
One similar to
Oh,
Blazing
Mary
Saddles,
Kate.
but it made something like
Yes,
Top Gun.
on
and-
TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I heard her on the Billings News. They were playing one morning.
Yeah.
So I was like, since she's from Terry, who the hell is she? So I looked her up. Oh, she's on TikTok. She does a big, long story about the car. My mom loved it. Absolutely loved it. She goes, is that a picture of Dennis? It's like, he's got black hair, not gray.
White.
But yeah, that was pretty neat.
That's a good story about that little car, but all our cars come,
That's a pretty neat story. Anyway, I won't take up any more of your guys' time. I will check with Sharon.
Okay. I can't think
What?
any place else.
could you text me or email me if you don't have to call, just when you find out something.
From Matt.
We'll try to make a plan. We'll try to honor. We usually just let the ball drop and kick it till next year.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe just do better.
It's on my to-do list. And I have a
You know,
big one.
It's something she said this morning resonated. We ask our citizens to clean their places up, but they drive over here and say, what about football? And that's true.
And part of that's our mess. We better get it cleaned up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I did. I actually texted Keeper a couple weeks ago about it. Asked if he was still gonna have his sheriff's sale.
He took them up to the spring.
Yeah.
And I had been under the assumption that he was going to include everything. And he was under the assumption he was just taking care of his stuff. So I don't know, we got lost in the transition somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
That might be part my fault. I apologize if it is. Oh, get the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys have a great
Thanks,
afternoon.
Tim.
Two.
Before you move on there, hey guys, Marlene just called in and she, can't come back over, but she said the 2 fire trucks that are on the Smith auction are the town's, which I think you must still have.
We know that. We know that they're town of Terry's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's this red one.
well, is
Yeah,
there
there's
more
2
than
of them there. There's 2 there.
There's 2 here. There's a fire truck here in 1965.
The next thing we have to do is figure out how to give them their money. Cause it was deposited into the
That's what we
fire.
wanted, wasn't it? We had that information. Well, we talked to our next commission meeting.
Cheryl probably.
Well, it's something that Cheryl was saying should be done sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who did she call?
What?
Who did-
Elaine called in.
Well, this is pretty easy to figure out. This is pretty easy to figure out. It's just the total after commission is taken off.
Well, I know what the amount is. It's
$5,100.
$6,556.
No, it's more than that.
No?
It's $5,130 plus. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
5650. Because
Yeah,
these are the cop cars and those were
yeah.
for her. So just gotta figure out with Cheryl how they correct that.
Just put a claim in.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put a claim in.
So have Elaine put in a claim?
Yeah, Elaine put a claim in and we can fill out a claim for her. And she can come over and sign it.
Okay,
You want me to call her back?
one of you should, yeah.
You call her.
She's at the library, which is why she couldn't come back over. That she had a full library.
I suppose she's.
By herself too.
And maybe we better do this, cause I'm gonna jet out of here. I'm going to the door,
You're going where?
my door.
They're just gonna come pick you up.
Well, they talked about it, but I think I'm just gonna. We'll have to just, they were up in the air about coming in or me going back and
Is there a show tonight that you're going to?
like that.
Going to a show?
Hi, Rolane. I think we got it figured out that we can write a claim. We'll have to have you sign it. So I'll talk to somebody about the paperwork and you're at the library, right? Either that or I'll come over to the library. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, thanks, Elaine. Bye.
Do we do minutes?
And I'll pass that on to you. It's all the information you should need.
Get this straight in my head before we
Okay.
sidetrack me. Ooh. Let's get up more high, but so we're not getting long.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Arlen.
Figure we better figure it out sooner rather than later.
Get it done.
She mentioned it and that would have been the end of it until she brought it back up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we gotta get those things off the plate, like Father used talking about hanging through, get these resolutions done, get doing. Get on.
I have a couple of those over here on the table if you need them, those claim sheets.
Okay, and then, I will, okay, let's have it for 10:05. So I think it's like we used to where we would copy the stuff. Okay.
What time is the show tonight?
You guys would understand what I was thinking.
7 o'clock, I think.
Do you go over for the pitchfork fondue?
Well, see, those are up in here. We don't know if we're gonna go downtown either, the Pitchfork Fondue. My grandson got us tickets for the fondue if we wanna go to the fondue. He just has to email the what it is. And I told him, I'm not making any decisions. You girl make all the decisions. So I
Tell
talked
me
to him.
where I gotta be and when I gotta be there.
That's what I relayed to them. And then they were asking me questions. I told them, I'm not your guy. You guys decide, that's what we're gonna do.
Different than what
I'm making them make decisions. Look at you.
That's what we're doing. They come up with a scheme. And we all take care of the babies, but they're the big part of this. They're starting and the stopping and all that. I'm just there to facilitate, that's all.
You're just driving the vehicle.
Just like I said when I walked out that door. Just the candy, the outfit, that's just all I am.
You still not hard.
And Christine transfers, I'm okay with that.
Yes, yes. So. If you put, yes, you can do it all in one effort.
And does Elaine have to sign that?
And then you still need to go cancel that other SI.
Yeah,
I told her I'd bring it over and have her sign it. We had to sign it. She's at the library and can't leave.
she can come over here and,
Okay.
unless you want the exercise.
I wouldn't mind walking a little bit.
Okay. They can't figure that out. I don't know if they.
Yeah, they're right. You have to go with it.
I guess,
Okay.
is,
Popped up on there, when you pulled that up.
Then you don't need me to read them.
you had it out?
Well, I'll finish. You want me to
Yeah,
read this, we'll correct them and then.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
All right.
Prairie County Board of Commissioners budget meeting, July 24th, 2024.
Okay.
Prairie County Board of Commissioners, Todd Devlin, Christine Kelman, Dennis Pesky, met in special session for budget at 9 a.m. In attendance, Commissioner Secretary, Harry, no, you're changing that, aren't you, the administrative assistant?
But you guys haven't, you guys didn't say do anything about that yet. So
I'd like to see us do that, Todd. Just change his title from secretary to administrative assistant. You're okay with that?
Yeah,
9 AM, pledge of allegiance and call to order. Clerk and Recorder Sherry Roberts joined the meeting to go over the budget adjustments and totals. She explained that the commissioner's salary are lower than they are supposed to be today. And asked how they would like to deal with the discrepancy. They are currently paid 38% of base elected salary. They should be at 41% of the base elected salary. She is unsure how this mistake happened, but needs guidance on how to go forward with the commissioner's salaries. Commissioners in clerk and recorder went through a detailed budget for various departments. They also went over the detail on clerk and recorder's office wage increase and request for employee status. Do we need to put how that happened, or is that, or what the results were?
Yep.
Because under the commissioners, we did go to 41%. It says we should be at 41%. Do we need to make that we did go to 41%?
I believe you guys decided to do that.
We did decide to do that.
So you just want to put the in that you guys were changing your.
Yeah, we changed that to go to 41% where it's supposed to be,
and was corrected.
and was corrected.
So the current salary being 38% base elected, which they should be at 41 of base elected official salary, and was corrected.
Right at the end of that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
11:05, Commissioner Devlin made a motion to move Prairie to $17 per hour, seconded by Commissioner Teskey. All in favor, motion passed. 11:32 AM, Commissioner Teskey made a motion to sign the audit contract from Holmes and Associates PC for Prairie County for the 3-year contract, seconded by Commissioner Keltner. All in favor, motion passed. 11:50 AM, commissioners agreed that payroll can be changed according to the discussion for the raises and employment. And that's it, we want raises and employment. We should say employees, raises for employees.
I think you guys were referring to Sherry Robinson's request for,
Oh, okay.
you want me to put that in?
Yeah, it should be just to finish it a little bit. 11:51 AM, commissioners review correspondence. 11:55 AM, break for lunch. 1 PM, Commissioner Kelly arrived from lunch. Commissioner Teskey has prior engagement. Commissioner Devlin has an appointment. 1:25 PM. What happened, I guess? 1:25 PM, Commissioner Devlin arrived. Commissioners called Todd Henry about bridge updates.
Should be Commissioner Devlin called Todd Henry.
Okay. 2:20 PM, Commissioner Devlin made a motion to adjourn the meeting, seconded by Commissioner Keltman. All in favor, motion passed.
and we're there and we're.
Just scattered like cats. I'd make a motion to accept the need for the minutes as corrected.
It's like Commissioner Geller arrived for lunch. Commissioner Teskey, he takes it off. Devin takes it off. Kind of sounds like we didn't want to be around her.
You know, when we talk about it, it all made sense, but when you read about it, it's kind of funny, isn't it? It does look like that.
Was the Odd Couple with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. First Odd Couple. They're having a poker game or something, they're playing cards, and anybody want a snack, and what do you got? Well, it's either very new meat or very old cheese.
Scan it. I have to scan it and you have to scan it separate.
No, that was a hilarious show. I like
A couple. I can't hardly remember. It was pretty good though.
it. Was good.
Grumpy old man, the first grumpy old man was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kids, I think I'm gonna take off.
Have a good time.
We're
Should be a beautiful evening. Supposed to be thunderstorms in western North Dakota, extreme eastern Montana.
there is. See, that's what my granddaughter had last time we were over there.
What's that?
Sign that one and I'll get you a copy of the one you just read.
Okay.
We were over there a couple of years ago. That show's only been stormed out, I think 7 times or 9 times in its 50-year history. You know that?
No,
And we were there one time, and when they shoo you out of there before halftime, they give you 2 tickets for every one you bought.
really?
Yeah, heck of a deal. Hey, Con, I do appreciate you. You have a good time up there next week.
I will. Yeah, I will. She's well worth the trip.
Yep. I am dragging on information. So, you'll think, you like to use yourself. Or job replace. Is that German something? And I'm like, that's not arrogant, but no thing. I said it's because, we do lots of. And it's crazy. Okay. And I said, besides, after 2 years, so no, there's just one. Here. The only thing that. Like that. Right. So,
Here's the other one.
I figured out why I went to the courtroom.
What?
I figured out why I went to the courtroom.
Wait,
I went to wellness check.
oh,
There now?
No, it
Oh,
was in the minutes. I went to the courtroom there for a while and I came back, but it didn't say why I went. I was having a hard time remembering, why would I go to the court?
Oh, and I don't know who handed me this or who needs it, but that's the
I
bank loan or something for,
wanted to look at that.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just told him. Yeah, I just told him, no, we're not. I used to, but it gives us nothing, and it does nothing for us. None of our people are gonna check into that. You know? So.
while you were on,
You're scanned in here.
okay, thanks. Dennis decided they could change my title from Commissioner Secretary to as Administrative Assistant.
Is that sexier?
yeah.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Bring the other $100 check, then we'll run it. Looks like you're one commissioner short of a full deck.
No. Deck's about the same, you just go.
So Cheryl, they figured out what the difference was and they wrote a claim to correct it, I guess.
Okay, and so I'm gonna have to take that out of
Fourth hand.
The
40,
fire
10, okay,
or whatever, I'm assuming.
that's what it was that one, okay,
Was the, what do you do with the fire thing?
yeah,
But there'll be a claim coming through for that,
I just,
that's on their side.
right?
Yep,
I'm just
and
telling
then
you, that's how they're
thank you.
fixing it.
And then we'll clear it,
Todd wrote a claim out and I went over and got Roland to sign it.
perfect. Perfect,
Yeah.
good, and you took it out of 4010?
Yeah.
Or, okay, perfect, that's even cleaner. That's even better,
It's real simple.
it really is. Most things are.
Let's,
But you and I have been known to simplify too far, my friend. You and I have been known to be a little too black and white. But that same deck thing, I'm gonna be chuckling about that for a while. Okay.
are you even keep pretty busy with your shop?
Yeah. It's been pretty busy. When there's been a few days that I leave early and go do other things because it gets too hot in there. It's not an insulated shop, so even with a swamp cooler and a AC, sometimes by noon or 1 o'clock, it's too hot to be in the shop. But
I remember in 1988. My dad's sitting on 5-gallon buckets. Shed, and the only difference between a black and white picture that year and a color picture was the blue sky. The ground stuff was all black and white.
That had to have been in 89,
88.
88.
Is this really hot?
It's terrible,
It was
terrible.
awful.
And Jerry says, let's go do something. I says, Jerry, we'd be better off to sit here in the shade in the shop because everything costs money. We don't know what the hell this thing's gonna do.
He didn't either.
I mean to tell you what,
That was,
sagebrush and buckbrush, the hoppers wiped that out to where it looked dead. All them sagebrush were dead, just twigs, no leaves. They ate everything.
Wow.
They polished up the posts on fences, chewing on.
Chris and I sitting in the grandstands watching the talent show,
Mm-hmm.
and we were sitting to where the shade was just right there. And you could see those grasshoppers dropping out of the sky into the crowd. Them suckers were that long.
That was, I remember that. And you looked up at the sun, they're
They'd
just
be-
glistening.
Yeah.
Wings are just glistening in the sun. They're way up there. Next week, they're all gone. They flew out of here.
Yeah.
Weird.
What
You gotta
was,
stand.
yeah, I do. What was funny was they were dropping into all of women's fancy haircuts, hairdos.
They don't know no better. I haven't seen that.
That one on an envelope, I don't think it'll come off well.
I love my dad. I love the people I work with.
One. Commissioner stash.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, when you're done.
God, they're getting expensive enough for you guys are worrying about it. And pretty quick, it's gonna be grand theft.
It's gonna be the same price as Pony Express.
Yeah, the cheapest I can ship anything for is $4.
I sent a manila envelope size package of stuff to Bert this morning. Not wanting to make it certified, I got a priority envelope, $9.74.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's spendy.
Amazon free shipping sounds better all the time, than
Yeah, but what's it cost you to begin with?
$100 a year.
Just 100? I thought it was
So the
100.
Prime membership, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't remember what it is. It went up.
Get
Just
free
like,
TV too.
it went up
really?
quite a bit.
Yeah. It's the best deal in the country. They fly. They guarantee it. There's people in that Kusabo up in Alaska, North.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Circle. They're flying it in there. The only way you can get there is by flight. They're flying. Alaska Air has got the contract with Amazon to fly it in there. They get free shipping.
Oh, that's something else.
Are you coming back, Todd?
Yeah, his wallet's sitting here and his glasses are sitting there.
I emailed you a copy of that letter too, anyway.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I did with my copy of it that I had.
But tonight I'm gonna see who I can submit it to.
Well, I'd start with like Great Falls Tribune and Billings Gazette, cause they're urban people.
Mm-hmm.
That's your first thing. No, I think we're.
Never wrote anything like that before, so we'll see if anybody else will get it or not.
Well, putting it in as an opinion piece shouldn't be too cumbersome.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have an agenda for the 24th?
For 24th.
July?
Not really. I mean, there was a printout that they stuck on the door, but that was about it.
I don't remember seeing them.
I don't think she printed it off for us. It was just one of those square ones, you know, when you guys have special little meetings or whatever. So far, I'm pretty happy with how this thing's working.
The computer?
Yeah.
Good.
I can do everything on one computer. And it actually does what it's supposed to quickly.
Did they adjourn?
I didn't say, no.
Oh.
He didn't, that's why I was asking if he was coming back. I'm assuming he is, like you said, but.
Now, real quick and get my election caller.
Are you adjourning the meeting or are you gonna be
No.
back and do more?
Do we have anything else we want to look at?
Nothing else on the agenda.
We covered the agenda, yeah.
Five, 311 is carried, very service.
Don't know that I have that.
Yeah, this is Todd Devlin. You find anything?
Up there, but it's a little, you there? Other than
Wonderful.
that, everything else.
Okay, thank you. I'll come get it. Yeah. I'm just gonna go pick it up.
Okay, I'll be right here.
Why don't you recess the meeting and I'll mute it?
Meeting on recess for the time.
mute it and you can adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Are we on? I'll second it.
Been a motion to second to adjourn the July 31st, 2024 meeting of the commissioners. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Are you going into the fair?